I was the kid. I was writing games when I was, 12, whatever. And the other kids in the block would say, I'm going to play quarterback for the Cowboys. And I'd be like, I'm going to make video games and everyone's going to play them. Like, you dork. Go back to the chess club. Who's laughing now?
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Making pancakes. Making pancakes.
But you know, body.
Making pancakes. Making
What's up, everyone? This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is the real episode 183 of GG's The Mouthful Podcast. Yes,
G-Dog here.
that the G-Dog.
G-Dog. Or the follower is, this is 3-Dog.
3-Dog.
3-Dog from Fallout 3.
That voice is, of course, Mr. David Santos, aka Dream Twister. What is up with you,
I
bro?
thought you were going to say, it is not 3-Dog.
It's not 3-Dog.
I
It's
auditioned.
G-Dog.
It is G-Dog.
G-Dog,
Yeah, I auditioned to be G-Dog, but, unfortunately, didn't take me. What's up, everybody? This is Arnaldo speaking, and you're listening to... What's it called? What's the name? GG's The Mouthful Podcast.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. If this is your first time listening, first off, we are missing one of our fellow cohorts.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Chaos Reaper will be joining us a little later on in the show. So fret not.
He better
will
now
be.
that we committed him to
That's
to
it.
join us.
Now we have to wake him up if we have to.
It needs to happen. It needs to happen.
Please, guys, go to goodgame.rocks and join the conversation there. It takes you right to our Facebook group. And, of course, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone. What we normally do, guys, first we get into what we've been up to, move on to various news items, and then finish with our hot topic of the week. This week's hot topic. What?
LOL. That's our hot topic.
It's
LOL.
if you guys are unaware, first off, it's hilarious. Bethesda, in their ultimate wisdom, decided that Fallout 76 is not only not lost, not broken, but deserves a monthly subscription service or yearly, depending on your choice. And so with that decision, they have entered the hilarious state of just idiocy. I just don't get it. I don't even know what to say, bro. I saw it and I was like, no, this has to be some sort of ridiculous joke.
I'm gonna use this to segue into we have a Patreon in. It's gonna be $99 for you guys to join in, and for that, Magda will go to your house and punch you in the face.
Yep.
Yeah,
And let me tell you, that will be a much better service than Bethesda.
It will not fail.
First
Without
off,
fail.
you will get the punch. I assure you, it's going to happen. Secondly, you're not going to be bored out of your mind, wandering
exactly.
some wasteland, just looking for something to do.
Exactly. And by punch, I mean like he's gonna prepare you a good punch.
A good punch, yes.
Yeah,
just like I did for us right now.
Of course, he's a great bartender.
Oh,
so
thank you,
he's
sir.
gonna prepare you something here.
We are celebrating a Friday. I will call it that because why not, right? We're always going to celebrate something. We're celebrating Friday with a couple of melon balls. I just realized how weird that sounds. Melon balls. Melon balls.
Melon ball.
Melon balls.
Let's just call them old fashioned.
Yeah. Peste de hombre.
Peste de hombre.
No. These are a couple of traditional fruity
Friday.
drinks.
it's like a traditional Friday night. Just like, let's lay back.
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, these drinks almost didn't happen, guys. So I went to the store to get them, and unfortunately, as I was online, their credit card machines went down. And I didn't even know this at first. I was just online listening to my phone. I got some audio on and all this, and realizing the line's not moving. So I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And now I pay attention. That goes, guys, I'm sorry if you have cash, you can come up, but unfortunately, credit card machines are down. However, on a good note, we opened this bottle of wine. Feel free if you want some wine. I'm like, all right, I got a little bit of wine. Why not? And
But did you know at this time what they were offering?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
they
they were offering because they weren't going anywhere. So they were desperately working on it. The guy's really nice. This is an ABC Liquor over there in Lake Mary. Really nice dude. So I was like, all right, we'll wait it out a little bit here. And then time passed, and I was like, okay, so if I leave now, I will have to go straight to do the podcast. I'm not gonna be able to stop anywhere else. There's no time.
You would have failed your mission.
And I had in hand everything I needed to make a melon ball. And I was like, well, this is, if I leave with nothing, this is time wasted.
Yeah.
Right? We're not going to get this time back. So the thought apparently came up to the people up front saying, hey, if you guys have access to the access to the internet or something like that, you can actually order it and see. We can see if that. So I pull up the app, and I'm like, okay, not the app because they don't have an app, but the website, and basically ordered what I was going to get, paid for it, and it went through. And I came up to the front. There you go.
Sir,
and then
that is fantastic. I will hire that guy.
yes,
I will hire
I
that
agree.
guy. Let me
and
tell
because of that guy, we have melon balls today.
we have our drinks. Funny story, or not funny. I was
Oh wait, it's
I
not
saw-
funny. Yeah,
no.
I'm sorry.
cut the
laugh track, yeah.
I was reviewing YouTube videos to prepare for an interview.
Mm-hmm.
One of the examples on a very common question that they give you at interviews, they say, describe a situation where you had to think outside the box to resolve a certain problem or something like that. Something along those lines.
Always something.
Always something along those lines, right? And the example that the guy gave is almost a play-by-play of what
Really?
of what
Oh,
happened.
wow, okay.
Except that he was saying, "Oh, I was by myself on this, in the store, and suddenly the payment system, broke down, and we had to we decided to, take the card information. I decided to be, they say whatever that, but me thinking like that guy definitely thought outside the box because he immediately found a solution.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we have a website. What if everybody has a phone now?
Yeah.
Don't you have one? And just so you guys have phones.
Unless you're at BlizzCon for some reason, you don't have phones. Yeah.
And so yeah, and there you go. He solved the problem. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be having.
We would not be having melon balls.
like heavy duty melon balls.
So, a toast.
kudos
to the
Mr.
Mr. ABC Liquor. We'll
Liquor
call him,
cashier guy.
Yeah. Good job.
Good job. Thank you for keeping us
Thank you
liquored
for
up.
keeping us drunk. Woo! All right, guys. So let's start the show with what we have been up to, sir.
Me.
Okay.
Oh, I thought
I'm
you were
gonna
going to
choose-
start. I'm going to start first. Is that what you were going to do?
No,
Mine
no.
is quick. I don't have a
was
lot.
gonna say I'll choose the gentleman in the front, jumping up and down.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
me. All right, so I don't have a lot, but
You say that every time.
No, 'cause-
for the record.
because I don't want to keep it like. Okay, I play more Borderlands, and I'm having fun with it. But it is starting to get to the point where it's like, okay, I'm ready for stuff to start wrapping up. I'm still enjoying it. Excuse me. I'm still enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. But it's the type of game where you have getting new loot is exciting and stuff like that. Getting the new guns, and the guns still getting crazier and crazier, and it's cool on that. But like, I want to see the end of it just so I can put it aside. Okay, I'm done with it.
Uninstall. Gotcha.
No, I wouldn't see that. I was gonna say the opposite. I wouldn't uninstall that one. It's a game that I can see myself going back, at some point, or as they have they have started doing now, which is the additional content.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday they had a new content piece that started for Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
and it is.
It's a Halloween themed.
Forgot the name of it, but it's a
I'll
Halloween
look it
theme.
up for you.
Yeah, it's a Halloween theme. You're battling, zombies with guns, of course.
Of course.
And but I like it because it takes you to a new area. You get new loot, new guns, new bosses to fight. So and based on past Borderlands DLC,
Bloody Harvest.
the Bloody Harvest. Yes, thank you. It is they're fun. It's always good to go back to play that little piece, and it's not like the Borderlands story is super serious that you have to
Of
keep
course.
on. But it's fun. At the end of the day, it's good. So that's what I sat down and I was ready to to play yesterday.
But
Except that I noticed that you posted a picture that you were downloading or pre-downloading the
Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
Yeah,
thank you,
yeah, yeah.
yes. There's so many there's another
yeah.
game that is similar.
Outer Wilds.
Outer Wilds.
that's
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
one.
Get me confused sometimes.
Freaking developers.
So, so the Outer World you were it was doing the pre-download already, and I was like, oh, cool. Maybe I should post a pic, my picture showing me downloading it also and getting ready for tonight, because I knew I was gonna be able to play in the morning because I work, and tonight we'll do the podcast. So I probably wasn't gonna be able to start playing until actually Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So I started downloading it, and then I noticed when it finished downloading, it says launch. And I was like, well, that's peculiar. It usually says owned or pre-ordered. This one says launch. And I'm thinking it's like, oh, silly Epic Store. It's so basic that it doesn't even have the differentiator button. Let me just press the button so that I can get the thing that says, hey, it's not launching until the next, 3-4 hours or whatever time I had. And I noticed that the game starts. And dude,
The
almost
excitement.
I got super excited when I started seeing the splash screens. I'm like, no, this game is not, because I was actually researching to see how I could unlock it using a VPN.
Okay.
So on PC there's this trick on some games, not all the time it works, but in some games, if you use a VPN, or virtual private network, and which basically you can spoof your internet
to think
into
of
a
a certain
thing.
time zone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that you're connecting from like New Zealand.
Mhm.
Like you want to connect New Zealand because it's the next day over there already. Yeah, right. And then you turn on Steam or whatever, or Origin or whatever. It usually tends to trick the system into unlocking games early, and a lot of people do that. But sometimes you got to be careful because the publisher, if you're online and the publishers notice that, they could actually ban you or whatever. So I never tried it, but I was dying to play this game, so I was researching to see how is it possible, and nobody was talking about
What
it.
are the chances?
Nobody's talking about it. I'm like, damn. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait until Saturday. Whatever, fine. I'll play a little bit of Borderlands. And that title screen comes up, and I just had to grab my phone and start like, look, guys, look.
Yes.
I think it's ready.
Drawing the hate from everyone in the group. I hear you guys.
Oh, my God.
And I feel your hate.
No.
I almost took out my hate on him when I saw him at work, and I realized, wait a minute, I have to be professional here. I can't take out my frustration.
It's great because I get to talk to you guys right now rather than wait till next week. I can tell you right now, but I put a good. I mean, not much time honestly. I played until 2 a.m. last night, and then because I have to go to work the next day, and while you were while I was waiting for you to arrive from work, I also
Just
put
put a
it
little
for
time
bit.
in,
Yeah, which I usually don't do because I don't like when I know that I only have an awkward amount of time to play, and especially I don't know, I don't want to put it in and see your card right there. It's like, oh shit.
Oh, let down.
Well, I guess we have to do the podcast.
Yeah, I guess I should open a door for this
guess,
guy.
yeah.
God.
No. So I played a little bit, and dude, early impressions have been stellar. I mean, this game's a buy right now, just just by the nature of the reviews, themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
Overall, yes. Views have been very positive.
Yeah.
And I also, for the record, I'll just throw this in there. I also got the game, but the reason I remember bringing this up, I don't know if I might have brought it up in the podcast or where I may have mentioned it, but I was holding off because I was like, okay, looking at the time, you have Outer Worlds today, and in like 2 weeks you have Death Stranding,
Death
right?
Stranding, yeah.
So I know Outer Worlds is not 100-hour thing, but it's not short either. So I'm like, I don't want to start this because I know if I get Death Stranding, I'm not going to start it when I get it. So I'm like, I'm going to just hold on to it. What's the point? However, I will be frustrated if Death Stranding comes out with 10s, and I'm like, son
I'm
of a
in the
bitch.
middle.
Now I would be hating on Outer Worlds. Like this is a bullshit 9.5. Who wants it?
Wow.
Obviously I'm exaggerating, but my point is that was my thought process on there. And then I saw some early reviews. Didn't actually go into details, just kind of seeing the over. And I was like, okay, it looks like it's coming out to good stuff. And then I saw Eurogamer, and Eurogamer gave it like a 6.7 or 6.8 or something like that. And I was like,
I don't think they scored. I think that they just.
Yeah, I saw something from them.
It shouldn't be unless it was US Gamer.
It was maybe it was using it. Maybe no, it was
because
Eurogamer.
Eurogamer
Yeah.
they don't use number.
Well,
scale.
they had middle of the line.
Oh,
it
like the
wasn't great.
wording.
Yeah,
the wording was a little
exactly. It was like
harsh.
Yeah.
I would
So
say.
I checked out a video online. And I realized I'm hijacking your segment here, sir. I apologize.
you're good,
But
you're good.
I watched the video online from Eurogamer, and I was like, okay, well, let me see what their problems were. And then they have a video. It's called 5 Things That We Loved and 5 Things We Didn't Like About It. And I listened to the 3 things. I was like, yeah, I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
So there. To be fair, there's nothing like game breaking. It's just, and I won't even spoil what it is. I just gave you the title. Go watch the video.
Quite the opposite. I mean, if anything, from the little bit that I was able to play, it was very solid.
Mm-hmm.
None of that
Bethesda
jank. Bethesda jank. I remember this is an Obsidian game. Obsidian's famous for they've done a lot of great RPGs, but the one that people tend to remember the most is Fallout New Vegas. And Fallout New Vegas was the sequel to Fallout 3, and it was, as far as the storytelling went, it was excellent. It was really good. It was much better than the stories of any Fallout games, of the new era. But the game itself, when it came out, it was super
Broken
mega
as all
jacked.
get out.
It was,
Yeah,
dude, it was.
I mean, not broken, but definitely buggy as all get out.
It was borderline broken.
Yeah.
I remember.
He was playing hopscotch with the line.
You could not play. You could not get to past the first person that you met without looking at his face like just
turn,
like going
yeah.
around, turning like a freaking exorcist.
To be fair, I remember seeing that in Mass Effect.
Mass
2.
Effect.
Yeah, I was like, why is his head spinning?
It was pretty bad. So I was, concerned. I mean, obviously they have done, all the games that I've actually played and I haven't seen, but nothing that fell to that extent. I don't want to say nothing major because obviously those games were, were a big deal, but on the production value side of things, or at least the world building, the 3D and the 3D ness of it, whatever.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned, but thank goodness. And the reviews also happen to mention that it's like, nope, it runs very solid. I might have had a glitch in the 20 hours that I've put so far. That's all.
What they're saying. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what they're saying on the reviews. Mm-hmm. And from what I played, you start the game and you get into this incredibly detailed character creation, which is ridiculous. First, it gives you the cutscene setting up what's going on, and it looks cool and all that and da. It has a very strong
Sci-fi.
Serenity. Remember Serenity, the series?
Yeah, I do.
Dude, and the music, even in the music and everything, it has that space western feel to everything.
I guess that's a much more apt comparison compared to what I was thinking when I first saw it. So I'm sure it's out there. It's actually in the trailer how you get discovered essentially. But my first thought was Aliens, the one with Aliens, which was
Aliens.
James Cameron's Aliens, where she's lost in space in cryosleep for like 70 something years and gets discovered, and I'm just like, yes, this is awesome. Plus, I did choose a female character, which I'm curious to see, sir. What would I have the screenshots of the stats and everything? I was like, I'm keeping this because I want to do a comparison.
I took the stats. Yeah, I got the stats of my guy. I
All
made
right.
a guy because I
Okay.
knew you were gonna do a female. Because it only
okay.
makes sense. But I was thinking like, well,
Wait,
I'm
what
not
does
gonna
it
see
mean it
her.
don't make sense.
No, because
No, I'm
you
just kidding with you.
I'm remembering you female shepherd.
Yes, true.
Yeah. So that's
This
why.
one is the furthest thing from Shepard, sir. The furthest thing, and I cannot wait to
I
discuss
need to
my
see.
character.
Okay, all right. We're gonna talk about this. So anyway, you go into this, dude. When I say ridiculous, intensive, character creator,
Extremely, yeah.
it is like you will think that you're going into like I don't know some MMO or something where other players will see your characters, but I'm thinking I don't see my character
Plus, you're wearing armor and
ever. And you're wearing armor. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, you could have it to where you wear your helmet,
Mm-hmm.
but if you want to have the stats of the helmet without it showing that you have a helmet on, it has that
You got
option.
the option? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
What is that, layered or something like that?
Huh?
What is that, layered or something like that, what they call it?
Oh no, I think
No?
it just says
It's
helmet
just-
off.
okay,
I
okay.
think it's just and then and same thing with your companions, because this game has companions.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it this way: you guys remember Fallout 4, right? And Fallout 3 also, but it is Fallout 4 was trying to do this like humongous, like vast world, and every element, every object in the game had physics, and it was just it was a lot of cock pieces upon cock pieces upon cock pieces of this machinery,
Yep.
where every now and then you'll see something break. You
Yep.
know, it was the
Too many cogs.
too many moving parts on it. And although I commend the Bethesda of yesteryear for trying to those things, that's where the whole Bethesda Jank thing came out. So this game feels like someone the idea of it is, let's create that type of game, because it's really that type of game. But let's really down a little bit. Maybe not every object that you see there in the world has to have its own physics. Maybe you don't have to make this humongous world. These areas are vast, but it's not gonna take you like minutes upon minutes to cross from one side to another. So these areas, they're gonna feel like it's gonna be good for exploration, but you're not gonna just get lost in the world, where you're forced to use a map. Usually it's easy to find your way, because the waypoints are the waypoints for your next quest. They're always there, but they're not huge, so they don't bother. It's just more like, okay, so you don't get super lost. And dude, the area, just from the beginning part of the area where I'm at, I'm already like thrown into making decisions that those hard decisions.
I can't wait. I can't wait because I already know the angle I'm attacking this at, which is not my normal angle for the record.
shit.
Yeah, so but I've doubled down on this decision. First off, my character's name is Simone.
Simone?
Simone.
Okay,
and-
Simone. That's funny that you decided to go with, because I'm gonna tell you mine later on. So
And
go
I
ahead.
have decided to say that she is the Outer Worlds clown princess of crime.
Oh shit! You
And
you
I
are
can't
going
wait to unleash all hell.
really.
Yes.
Oh god damn it!
Yes.
I was
It's-
gonna go that route too. Not exactly like
Yeah.
that, but I was gonna go more. I don't know, Al Pacino. I'm everybody. I'm still early enough to where I want to be an asshole. I want to be the bad guy. But
I've like
decisions
doubled
that
down.
I'm
Yeah.
the decisions that I'm forced to make, it's like I can't do this though. Even if and you know that I like
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
the
yeah.
Renegades whenever I can, but it's still like, oh no, this doesn't feel right though. This.
That's why I had to make this decision. I had to
Uh.
make the decision. I was like, if I make my character this,
Uh.
then it would only make sense
Uh-huh.
that I go the chaos route. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's the character
But
I
you know,
made. You know?
you know that even when you go the chaos routes, there's some choices where it just sounds like, okay, if I make this choice, I'm just I'm just being evil for no other purpose of just being evil.
I know, wasn't it great?
But we said the best villains are the ones that believe that they're righteous.
Unless they're just chaos, sir.
Unless they're chaos.
Unless
Okay.
they're chaos,
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
So for that real quick, I can't wait.
No,
I can't- I can't wait, yeah.
let's go for
So
it.
I,
We'll
for the
be-
attributes, right?
We'll be sharing this. Oh, okay.
For the attributes.
Let's get us out. Hold on.
So for the record, there's a few, obviously first off, it's so much that you can select, but I'm just gonna go into the
These are covered trademark attributes.
Yeah.
You guys cannot copy them without our permission.
Correct, because otherwise I have to come and make some punch
Make
for
your-
you. So for the body, I left it at average as far as strength, and I raised it one notch to good for dexterity.
Okay, hold on. Then I'm gonna tell you mine. Body, I selected good.
Okay,
For
for the strength.
the strength
Uh-huh.
and good for dexterity. Go
Okay,
on.
okay. For the mind, I went with intelligence all the way up, sir. 3.
Very high.
Very high. and then for perception, I left it at average.
Okay, all right. I'm starting to worry about your character a little bit. No, I also decided to be very intelligent
There
because
you go.
of course we're gonna play the same
Of
character.
course.
And then, but perception, I took it low.
Oh,
I
okay.
went below average.
Oh,
So you know what the problem
okay.
with that is, right?
No, I didn't see what the thing was.
So the problem with having the perception below average is that
There's a penalty. There's a penalty.
There's a
What's the
penalty
penalty?
to crit of 100%. I don't crit basically.
You don't crit. Oh wait, I did see that.
Yeah. So now, and I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm hoping that this doesn't mean that I am screwed not to crit for the entire game. I want to be able to, but I just don't want to be able
It's
to do
possible.
it
'Cause
myself.
The penalties, from what I understand in the game, are permanent to the game.
No, I get it for my
yeah.
character.
For your
but
character,
I
yeah,
would
yeah,
like
yeah.
to use. I would like to find something that would allow me to overcome that.
Perhaps,
that
perhaps.
deficit because I took it down. You know.
So for personality, I went all the way up for charm. So I'm
All the way up to charm.
Yeah.
So you're super
3 spots,
charming.
very high. And then I went down for temperament. So that gives
Really?
me what do you call it? A penalty where I have no passive health regeneration.
Nope. You don't regenerate.
No passive health
Oh,
regeneration.
sir, you're screwed. I'm gonna have to ask you to re-roll right now.
Nope. We're going with it.
You
sir.
are screwed.
We're going with it.
I'm gonna tell you
because-
right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. At the beginning hours of this game, combat is not super easy. All
Gotcha.
right.
Gotcha.
The combat is not super
It's,
easy.
it's all good. I just got to not get shot.
Combat is not super easy.
Hey, man.
For this type of game,
Yeah.
you're gonna get shot, and you are not even regenerating. Wow.
Yeah.
That's okay. That,
Yep.
All right. So
That's a penalty.
I can do that. I'd rather not crit. So I went high on charm,
Okay.
and I did it mostly because I want to have those those dialogue options. You know,
Me too. That's why I
to
was doing
see-
it. Especially if I'm going to be the clown princess.
Well, I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
crime.
I'm thinking. I'm not gonna be the typical. I'm not gonna be freaking cowboy. You know, I'm probably not gonna be great with guns or anything like that. I'm gonna be very middling. The reason I want to be strong is because I'm gonna try as much as I can. I'm gonna try to play this character as a solely melee character.
Ooh, okay. No, my character is not going to be all up front. It's going to be a lot of from the distance. You know what I mean? So I had already made that decision.
You're a
So I was
gunslinger.
like,
No,
yeah, it's gonna have
I'm
be.
going to be a tank. I'm going to be...
Especially if I can't regenerate. So it's
no,
like,
exactly. Yeah, if you can't regenerate, that's why I was thinking like, okay, I need to regenerate because I'm gonna be all up pawns. I had that a couple of times already because again, it's not, and also because I'm getting the system.
The system,
basically.
yeah.
But I'm just gonna be all up pawns with whatever weapon I have. I have like I guess it's kind of like a machete. And I'm just gonna be all up on them, just directly,
right in their face.
Even if they're shooting me, I'm just gonna be coming to them, which is crazy and suicidal and maybe kind of stupid. But I'm thinking, but
sounds like fun.
it sounds like fun.
Yeah.
And the melee in this game feels meaty. It's not you're swinging the sword and you're making damage a la Skyrim, but you don't it doesn't really
Feels like
feel
it actually stops them in their tracks.
This
yeah.
one is the hits are punchy, you know. So it has good feedback. Same with the with firing. I'm not gonna come here and say that the shooting is like super. Feels
Yeah, this is
superb,
not Bungie.
because it's not.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's not like that. It's gonna feel very Fallout shooty, for better or worse. But
It's the choice they made.
but it's still
yeah.
it still feels better than than Fallout. Things that I appreciated about the world is the graphics look really good. The world, even though in the area where I'm at feels a little sparse, I think I might have been a little spoiled by The Witcher already. It doesn't feel the same. Also, on the same department, on the same graphics department, it looks pretty, but it's definitely not The Witcher. A few things are. This is the Unreal Engine, Unreal 4, I want to say they're using. And it kind of shows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For better or worse.
For better or worse. Yeah. I mean, the Unreal Engine is good. In the right hands, it's amazing. It could create some amazing worlds. But in less expert hands or people that don't use it a lot, you could see the seams. You could see, and that's where I have to go a little bit into the things that I liked a little less, and it was, I heard this. I heard the consoles are solid 30, so I'm happy to hear that from the reviews. On PC, it runs well. Unfortunately, it doesn't. It's not what I would call. It works obviously, and you can play it, and it's fine. But if you ask me, is it a good PC port? No, it's not. The selections, the graphical selections are limited. It wants to trick you into thinking that it supports like special resolutions like 21:9, so like that. When in reality, what it's doing is it's stretching out the cutscenes and zooming in very close on the FOV on the gameplay, so it kind of looks abnormal. And I'm sure it's something. It could be they could fix it in a patch, but I don't think it's gonna be a priority because it never is. So I'm playing on a 21:9 monitor. I'm playing with the black bars on the side, which I mean it's fine.
I'm sure it is.
Not all of them are gonna be with. No, but I'm saying when you play on a monitor like that, you notice the black parts. I'm like, oh man, if there's a way that I could throw this image to the TV, and I probably can, but I'm too lazy to bring up large cable to the TV. So in the TV, you're not gonna have this. You're gonna have this problem. What else? I don't like that there is no, or at least I haven't found. No, actually, I don't think there is because I looked everywhere. There's no holster your weapons option.
I noticed that in the thing. It's like, oh, he's always just pointing.
He's always pointing his weapon or his his
handheld melee.
Yeah, which in when you're going into conversation, it's not like it'll show while you're conversing, because usually what it does the Fallout thing where when you talk to someone, it just zooms in on that person, and it's like the camera is right in the face of that person, which I also don't care for it much.
That's
but
very
it's the
Fallout, yeah.
But it's very
That's very
Fallout.
Fallout,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not. At least in Mass Effect, it changed that a little bit because it'll give you different angles when they were, when you're having the dialogue. But in this one, it's like very camera in your face. So, but it's not like you see yourself holding the gun or anything like that. It's just when you're entering a town. Like one of the things I like is that your whatever you're wearing, the NPCs could take notice of that and be like, well, how dare you enter the city wearing this or whatever, So they react to that, but they don't react to the fact that I have a gun pointed
right
straight
at
at them, straight up everywhere. So it's always that look of, of the person just Call of Duty his way through his as he walks, and also I don't like the fact that you are a floating head. Basically, you're a floating gun, basically. So you look down. There's no, you can't tell you have a presence there because you have no feet, anything like that. Which are little things. Honestly, I'm super nitpicking, so you know what to expect. I don't like the fact that it doesn't have a third person view, especially when you go into this.
I'm okay with it.
Well-
I'm okay with it not having a third person view.
Well, done well, it would have been awesome to have, to have the option because, well, you're spending so much time preparing this character and you're never going to see the face ever again because I don't think I even seen him in cutscenes. I bet you see him in cutscenes, but I've yet
certain
to
ones,
seen
I'm
it,
sure, yeah.
So it seems like an intricate way of making your character to not have. So that those are the little things. Other than that, yeah, man, the game's fantastic. And so I didn't tell you about my character's name.
Oh,
My character's name is Malcolm.
Malcolm.
Yeah,
okay.
he's in the middle.
Wow. Okay.
He is Malcolm, and like I said, I'm trying to play him from a side of, well, this is not the best this is not the most paragon character that you could have released. He doesn't know his way just yet, but he could be a little bit. He could be an anti-hero, if you will. He could join the dark side. You never know. Now that I know that you're playing that, I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should just drive the other way, 100%.
So
Because again, some of those decisions, oh man.
and like I said, I have to think of it in that manner, and I'll do it as best as I can.
Yeah.
To make up for my no able to restore energy or whatever it was called. The skills point, they give you 2 points, and I put it right into defense. So right into defense, I was like, okay, that'll help me boost up a little bit, and I put the other one into dialogue.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, and then from the aptitude, I selected that I am a food additive tester.
Oh, the attitude. Yeah, I thought you were gonna go for the one that was almost like a bartending or something like that.
I
What
was
does that
thinking
give
about
you?
that one, but this one here does 3% food effect duration.
Okay.
So that I have that.
Oh,
And
that's good because you're gonna be eating a lot. You're gonna be fat, yo.
yeah. There you
You're
go.
gonna be eating a lot of calories because that's your regen right there.
I'm gonna have to, yeah. So this is my Simone, sir. I have a picture.
me see-
of
let me
you
see
there.
that character.
All right, and
Hold
if
on.
you look carefully,
Holy crap! You created freaking. Let me see. Holy crap, dude! What the hell?
yes,
What's wrong with
my
you?
clown princess of crime, guys.
Dude, you created a freaking. This looks like a character straight from Cyberpunk.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow. She
I will
is-
share this image online for
She
you guys. So
is
you can see
evil.
it as well.
Damn, I don't think I took a picture of mine though.
It's all good.
And you would have seen. Is there a way to? I wonder if there's a way to see once you start playing it, but I don't know.
I
you
did it because I was
can.
like, I like this look. Like I spent way too much time on it. I was like a good 50 minutes in. I'm like, shit, I need to just finish this character, And so yeah, so that's my character.
Wow, you went. No, mine looks like a.
Yeah.
I look like a
dedicated,
normal
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I mean, it looks like a rugged dude, but just like a dude. Dude, I want to pass it out to you because I just
Oh,
want
okay.
I just want to hear. No movies or anything like that.
Really?
It's been
Okay,
kind of
okay.
a busy week.
Oh, okay.
unfortunately,
No worries. No worries.
I
So
feel
yeah.
like I have actually seen something, but I just don't remember.
All right,
That's
if you
Outer
remember,
Worlds.
just let me know. So yeah, I definitely am digging the hell out of this, and I can't wait until we play a little bit more. But yeah, I really what I did literally was create the character. Got to the point where I can take control, hit save, and went to bed. I was like, all right, I'm gonna, I'll pick up from here now that I have the character done. But I spent a lot of time. I'm kind of proud because I found one that a skin, and I think it was actually makeup. Like you can actually select makeup, and it gave her like really white skin with like dark circles around her eyes.
Yeah.
And and as you saw, I gave her the scars, the Joker scars. So I'm like. Yes. Yeah. It was like formulating as it was happening, and it was just like, I don't want to be another goody two shoe, and always doing the right thing. I think it's time, but I'm like, I have to do this right. So I started trying to making the character just like not in any way, it's like, what? It has to be somebody who I have to dedicate to this. So it has to start with the way they look.
Yeah.
But anyway, as you saw, and again, I'll share with you guys, my character looks fine.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that she has those scars and is very light with.
So he
like,
looks
circles
very
like-
menacing. He looks like, okay, you committed to this track.
Exactly.
There's no way to play this character as a good person in any
Exactly,
way.
which is why I'm so happy I chose to do this, and I can't wait. I really can't wait. I'm very excited. So that's really for the. I mean, I've still played some other games. I've obviously still playing MLB The Show because it's pretty
MLB
cool. I'm
The
not gonna
Show.
lie, it's a lot of fun.
Are you playing a Paragon or Renegade on MLB The Show?
I'm just trying to make it.
There you
I'm just trying to make it. I did see a couple movies. First one I saw is called The Laundromat. It's actually a Netflix film. It is based on a true story of the essentially Mossack Fonseca, which if you've heard that name before, then you heard the whole controversy behind a bunch of celebrities, a bunch of politicians, world leaders who have set up these offshore businesses, also known as shell companies. Essentially, they don't exist, but that's just a way to get their money away from where they're at so that it can't be seized in any way and stuff like that. So it's very interesting, and the cast is ridiculous, man. You got Gary Oldman and Antonio Banderas. They play the main characters, Mossack Fonseca, which is the lawyers for that law firm. Some other ones that you know, Meryl Streep. Let me see who else here. I got looking for the other person and I can't find. David Schwimmer, also known as Ross.
David Schwimmer, yeah.
Ross is in it. Jeffrey Wright. It's got Sharon Stone.
Damn.
Yeah, it's got this crazy cast. Some people just show up for a hot minute, for something, and then they're out. You know what I mean? And it's just like
Is Bruce Willis here making a cameo
you
at some
figure
point?
he would be. A part of me was like, oh, he'll come.
At some point,
he'll
yeah.
pop up. Yeah.
You should have stayed until the after credit. That's why he shows.
He should have, yeah. Steven Soderbergh is the director, who's done a lot of movies. One of my favorites, of course, Ocean's 11. So it has that Ocean's 11-ish feel to it. I mean, I guess you can just say it's a Steven Soderbergh feel to it, but has that weird where it's almost like breaking the fourth wall. The two main characters are constantly speaking to you, the audience, explaining what these things are, what are offshore accounts, what are why do we do this, weird things like that, and it's funny, but also since it's true, it's not that funny because a lot of this actually happened. One of the things you find out pretty early on, this is again true story, so not really a spoiler. Somebody bought an insurance plan from this company that doesn't exist, and then there was this major disaster that the insurance company would normally pick up, only to find out they don't exist. So you have an insurance plan that's not going to pay anything. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, and that's what actually. Maybe you heard of the Panama Papers. The Panama Papers actually happened, I think, like 2015, where this massive data leak from a hacker who got into Mossack Fonseca and delivered do terabytes of information to the news networks and all that stuff. They gathered it up, and now there's stuff on Vladimir Putin where he has offshore accounts, even though he claims to only make $12,000 a year. So obviously you got money going elsewhere.
Yeah.
All over the place. You have celebrities and all this stuff. So it's interesting. I'll show you the trailer like a little later on, so you can kind of get an idea what it is.
Trailer of the week.
It's no, I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, not bad. Definitely enjoyable. And it's on
The
Netflix,
Laundromat.
so you know.
The laundromat, we think there's a lot of money laundering happening.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
See,
that's
I have
exactly-
powers of deduction. You know, I can connect two very points, connect them together. You know, I can see the relation.
I'm glad.
between them.
I'm glad. The other movie I saw, which I didn't enjoy as much, I guess, as I thought I would be Spider-Man: Far From Home.
What?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? You saw it wrong. You saw it in the wrong.
I must have. I should have seen it in the theater, maybe.
You
yeah, I guess.
should have.
Yeah, I guess so.
How dare you?
I know.
This is the Spider-Man movie that I liked.
Well, I'm not saying it's bad.
I know.
But I'm not saying it's good either. No, I'm not saying it was okay. I guess, you know what is, I think I've come to that point, and here's what's funny. Here's the humorous thing about it, okay? Slight spoilers here, guys, okay? Because I need to explain this, which reveals some information from the film. So for the next, let's say, 2 minutes, before we can get into that, I feel like I'm done with Marvel films. Like, remember I said after Endgame, I'm like, I'm done. I'm okay.
Endgame was
As
the
far as I'm
Endgame.
concerned, the story's over. What's the point of going on, right? Obviously, people will go on, but I don't need to see that. You know, my people
you
are,
can
my,
see-
yeah,
you
my
can watch
story's
them at
over.
home.
Yeah,
You can watch
exactly.
them
yeah.
at home.
So this movie, again, spoilers now going forward,
now I
for
have
2
to
minutes.
start.
Sorry,
All right.
sorry.
2 minutes start right now.
Thank you, sir. The main villain, who is Mysterio, okay. He,
Oh, yeah, sure, to say
he
it.
shows.
Spoilers,
He
it's
shows.
Mysterio.
I know, right? That's what, but his battles are all faked. You know what I mean? And it's an interesting comparison to Marvel movies in general. And it's just like a lot of explosions, a lot of this going on, and it's just like, even when I didn't know it was fake, I was like, oh, okay, some weird monster he has to fight. All right, well, that is what it is, you know? I was just so disconnected. I was just like, I love the character who plays Spider-Man. I love everything about him. I love the stories that they have.
Yeah.
The innocence behind the character as well.
Do you think that was a good? I mean, we obviously because remember, this movie is trying to portray Mysterio as some sort of like paragon, good people, good person.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's
Which
like
nobody's gonna buy.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, we're just waiting for that shoe to drop, and once it does drop, you're like, oh. And then when you think about it, you see the what time we are? Oh, okay, so 40 seconds. So the fact that he left all that, Stark left all that to him, I'm just like, no, that's of everyone. No, I mean, I would have said he left it to him, but he can only access it to a certain point.
Yeah.
But not at 16. It doesn't make sense, And then in a flip of a switch, he's Iron Man. He's just putting shit together like Iron Man. So I was like, wait a minute, no.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I gotta say, I was disappointed. I was just like, okay, I'm already out of spoilers at this point, but I was not impressed.
They stretched it. Yeah,
it was very stretched. It
there
did
was-
have good moments. I'm not gonna take those away. It had good moments.
We're spoiler free, so
We're in a spoiler-free,
We're
yeah,
spoiler safe now.
Yeah, we're supposed to. It had good moments, but overall, it does. I'm not as excited as things going forward. I'm not. I am still feeling like I'm done with.
Well, certainly
these
not the
films.
way that we thought it was gonna go.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, so wait a minute, is it?
Yeah.
That's the other thing. You look at the trailers and it led you to believe something. I'm like, yeah, I can see that'll be good.
Yeah.
No, that's not what So I'm like, okay, whatever. So
I said it was still interesting. It was
all right.
It was still
that's literally the best I can give it. That it was all right.
It was all right.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I say I for some reason, even with, I'm not gonna take away from any of what you say. It's actually on point. It was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that said, I don't know. I find it. I mean, this is it's ridiculous to put it as, oh, this was the final movie from the phase.
That's another thing. It's like, so this is what we're ending on.
That's
Okay,
ridiculous. If anything,
wonderful.
this would have been a middling opening to a new phase.
This
and they
is
couldn't even.
what it should be.
Yeah.
It's that's what it's trying to do realistically.
But it was entertaining, and also because I take the at least the Spider-Man that they've been showing here as serious as Ant-Man. It's not like to
I
me
take
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man a little bit more serious than Ant-Man.
Well,
but he is
I
also
would've.
16. Yeah, that's the thing, yeah.
I would have under normal under other circumstances, but the Spider-Man that they're trying to portray here, it's too goofy, too kiddie, too like. Well, honestly, in all honesty, I put the Spider-Man movies next to like, okay, so this is a little bit below Doctor Strange. So I like Doctor Strange, and kind of like not as goofy as Ant-Man. But like right
Somewhere
there
around
in that
there, yeah.
middle,
Yeah, I
yeah.
got you.
Where it's not the next, it's not Black Panther, for example,
No,
or it's
yeah,
not, that. But yeah, I feel you. I can.
Yeah, right there. Okay. All right, guys. That, guys, is all I've been up to.
Recore, yeah, that game from that guy from Mega Man,
That guy from Mega Man.
yeah, Inafune,
Yeah. What's his first name?
Hideyaki.
Sure.
Hideyaki Inafune.
That's right. Yeah, you're probably right.
I'm probably super wrong.
Yeah. Yes, guys. This is our voices, and we are back for the next segment, which is our trailer of the week. Nice. Love it. Our trailer of the week, guys, of course, should go as no surprise. The final trailer for Rise of Skywalker? Star Wars, Rise of the Skywalker.
Rise of the Skywalker.
Yeah, it's something like that.
It's Star Wars Rise from your grave.
Yes, exactly.
Oh boy, what can we say?
Where do we begin with this trailer? You know what? There was a time when the Endgame trailer came out, and I remember watching it going, and you didn't want to watch it.
No.
I remember watching it, and I was like, okay, all right. Saw the movie at nothing. I was like floored. I was like, holy shit, they really kept this out of the marketing. It was amazing that they kept this out of the market. I won't say what it is, although I think everybody in the world has seen it at least twice. But now, what is happening here? What is Disney doing?
Do you feel like do you feel like there's a lot on this trailer? Because honestly,
Yeah.
I think,
Well, in combination with the rest of them, sure.
True.
I mean, before you look at the first one and you're like, okay, they're back, right? It's the same crew. We know that Princess Leia, she's there, but we know obviously Carrie Fisher's passed away. So it's like, okay, well, we'll see what they do with that. But other than that, it's like, okay, I get it. We're getting to see little bits. Then we see the second one, and towards the end of the second one, you hear the laughter. And everybody's like, oh my God, is that
my
Palpatine?
God.
Yeah, and
No.
I'm like, why would that be Palpatine? In my head, I'm
it's,
like,
it's
why would that
ridiculous.
freaking be
It's like,
Palpatine?
no,
Yeah.
this is just meant to be symbolic. Obviously.
Correct.
They're not gonna bring that.
Exactly.
He's super
Yeah.
dead.
So evidently, that doesn't seem to be the case thanks to this particular trailer where, although they don't actually show the person, which when it comes down to it, until you actually see them, it's not confirmed. But who else can it be? Is it Snook?
It's a
Did
clone.
he come back? Oh, I have a feeling it's a clone.
It's a clone.
It's a clone, yeah.
No, you know what? I got a feeling of, hey, you remember that story about the Sith Lord that was able to conquer immortality or something like that,
Yes.
or was in the search of? I
Yeah.
think is what it was. Darth Plagueis.
Darth Plagueis, yeah.
I think they're gonna play with that. I think they're gonna somewhere along those lines. It's gonna be like, and he survived. And now we're gonna show you how he survived. You know, when Vader threw him out through that.
Yeah. Oh God. Now you're gonna.
He
now
just
you're
grabbed
gonna-
himself to the corner at the last minute, and he was rescued by some, by some
So
Starship Troopers.
So here's my
boy.
theory. There was I read a lot of the books and stuff that came out afterward. Before it was all
the fake news?
Before it was all retcon, essentially. One of the stories states that Palpatine had set up a cloning system just in case he were to essentially die, and it was designed to automatically start the process the moment he died, right? And this occurred. The story itself occurred, I think, like 6-7 years after Return of the Jedi. Obviously, that 6 years is pretty fast. So when we get to see Palpatine, a clone of Palpatine exists in it. I think it's called Dark something. I don't remember. Star Wars Dark something. So
Really?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, how original.
Might as well be Dark something.
Yeah, Dark something. Yeah. It's just they're really-
Darth Duplex.
Yeah.
Darth copy.
Dark Carillion Freighter. It would be more fascinating than whatever it was called.
Darth
I think
Kinko's.
honestly, I think it was called Dark Empire, which is even more.
Oh my God.
Which is even more like, yeah. So
Darth bad guy.
exactly. So anyway, it's a clone. It's a young version of of Palpatine.
Okay.
He's like in his 20s or 30s or something like
shit,
that.
okay.
Yeah. But of course, the 6 years passes. Like, well, how the hell did he get from whatever embryo to this whatever? Well, out comes the Clone Wars, and you have the Camino, who
Yeah.
know how to
How to
speed shit up. So
yeah.
it's like, so now look at this. I'm going,
Yeah.
okay, well, the Camino do exist. That's not retcon. You know what I mean? Because that's a main story. So it's like, oh, okay, that's where they're going.
It's
or
just-
maybe. I mean, who knows?
It's just it's sad because even though it was awesome to see, kind of like what you thought wouldn't happen, which was the demise of Snoke on what's
The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi.
I almost
You're-
want to see the
you're
Last
like-
Jedi.
Yeah. It's like, what? Wait, he died? I thought he was the emperor of this era. He fucking died here, and the stupid way that he dies also. I mean, it was kind of cool, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
It's like
For someone who's
just
supposed to be
easy.
the emperor.
I know.
Yeah,
It's kind of, it was kind of simplistic. Anyway,
But it was explanatory. It
Yeah,
explained.
yeah.
Obviously, Kylo Ren, didn't specifically reveal who he was. He was the same focus that he was reading from Kylo Ren is what he was doing. He just mistook it for him thinking that he was going to do that to Rey,
Well,
and he was actually going to do it to himself. so.
it's sad because it's almost like, oh, this story writes itself.
It does. Now it does, yeah.
It basically said, first of all, it shows that this trilogy had no vision other than let's just make the next one, and then let's make the next one. We'll figure it out. We'll write something, and then let's make the next one, and we'll just figure it out. We'll make something. So it
I agree.
It didn't
I
have
completely
like
agree. I agree 100% in the sense that when George Lucas, say what you want about him, it was his thing for a long time. But when George Lucas made this thing, he said it millions of times. I had this huge story already planned out. And when he tried to make a movie, he realized he couldn't. He had to take a segment of it, and make that into the film. That's where the difference is, right? The difference is we don't have a huge thing planned out. We just have what we need to do now, right? And then we'll make the next one. And of course, they hand the reins off to another writer who does something, maybe
Different?
a little bit, different, maybe a little bit wild and crazy, and then maybe not what a lot of people were expecting, but chose to make that route and go that route. And then, of course, because we don't actually have a path laid, well, let's course correct. And now this just looks like course correction.
It
just
it super does. It feels like, well, they tried, but they couldn't figure out a grander and more evil villain than the Emperor. It's like they tried. It seems like they were going for it, but
Kylo.
they just couldn't figure
It's
it
like
out.
Kylo. I don't want to see this redemption.
Well, that's the
Kylo
problem,
should just
right?
be
That's
what he's supposed to be. And
that's
it
the
looks
thing.
from this trailer like you have the Emperor,
Yeah.
so now you have the bad guy.
Now you have the
right?
real
Because
bad
now you
guy.
have the
Yeah.
opportunity to redeem Kylo Ren. It's like, no, why can it just not go to the end?
Yeah, yeah. It seems like it's gonna be like that by that book, like we've seen
Yeah.
before.
Paint by numbers here.
and putting the Emperor means that, well, Kylo is not gonna be the ultimate bad guy. There's a chance for him,
Yeah.
just like it happened before.
Because
I do.
that's the formula now,
It's
you
yeah,
know?
it's sad.
And
But
I'm
I'll be happy to be corrected. I'll be happy to be wrong.
Oh,
and,
hell yeah.
And if they was
and we're gonna see it. We got tickets.
Yeah, we got.
So we're
tickets.
gonna do it.
Yeah,
It's happening.
Well,
anyway.
yeah, of course. And
Goes
and,
without saying.
And if it's something that if it's a trailer that is meant to subvert your expectations, and then you get to it, and it turns out to be something entirely different,
Then I will be ecstatic.
dude, yeah, we'll sing it. We'll sing it too.
Yep.
We'll sing it too. As of right now, though, it
Yeah,
doesn't
as of right now,
I'm
and
worried.
considering,
Yeah.
Disney's lowest common denominator
Yes.
approach for everything,
Yeah.
it's like it doesn't look that way.
Yeah.
If there's one thing that I'm sure they want to correct is the divisiveness of The Last Jedi, which to me, the more I think about it, just the bold decision that they made, it just elevates that film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they made a bold decision and would have loved to see what those decisions would have led to if they just let it happen. Just let it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, we're gonna get so what it appears like. Exactly
The
what
redemption
we
of
know what's
Kylo.
happening basically at this point. So.
We confirmed it here, October 25th.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guys, it's time for our useless news that you can use. Where do I begin? Let's keep it with movies.
Okay.
Keep it with movies.
All right.
Reading this off of Forbes. Joker earned $2.4 million on Thursday, bringing its 21-day total to $258.675 million. Presuming it doesn't drop dead today, it'll pass Captain America: Winter Soldier, The Amazing Spider-Man, and the film had $778 million worldwide. And it now has earned $788.3 million. Yeah, that's worldwide.
Way
There we
to
go.
go, DC.
So this would make it the highest R-rated film. Wait for it. Of all time.
And did you see Ryan Reynolds' Twitter tweet about it?
No, I did not. I will never say
It just sent it just sends as a congratulatory message to the Joker. It's the poster of the Joker where he's in the stairs, with his arms raised,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and it just says, "Motherfucker." That's all it says.
That's great. That
Yeah,
is great.
yeah.
So yeah, guys, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's still one of the good ones of this year, definitely.
Somebody asked me, if it was good, and I'm like, and I told her, well, it depends on what you're expecting of it. If you're expecting your typical DC movie, this was way better. It's gonna disappoint. This one's better, but don't expect it to be an action. Yeah, it's not about the action and about the special effects or anything like that. It is a great story. It's a sad story, and
Yeah.
not a lot of people
And it's a
like that.
original-ish.
Yeah. It's an original take on the Joker, I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So some people will be disappointed by it. I think it's fine because it's not too crazy. The Last of Us 2 release has been delayed until May, unfortunately. This comes by GameStop. It says, at long last, Sony recently set a release date for The Last of Us. And there was much rejoicing throughout the land. I love that. The date will not stick, however, as its anticipated follow-up from Naughty Dog has been pushed until spring 2020. So Sony and Naughty Dog announced today. In a letter to its fans, the game's director, Neil Druckmann, Drunkman, sorry, not drunk man.
Freudian
Says-
slip.
That's right. A new, well, I have been having a few of those.
Those damn melon balls.
A new release date of May 29, 2020 was confirmed for The Last of Us Part 2. The news is unexpected after all. The long-awaited release date announcement came less than a month ago and pegged the game coming on PlayStation 4 for February 21st of 2020. This is a 3-month delay, and it comes seemingly out of nowhere. So Druckmann said, I know it was just about a month ago when we had our big blowout for our game, letting media play over 2 hours of it, along with debuting the new story trailer and revealing the release date. The positive response we saw from our community was overwhelming. You can feel the energy among the team. After working on something for so many years, it is invigorating to see a glimpse of validation for all the hard work. However, during the last few weeks, as we were closing out our session of the game, we realized that we simply didn't have enough time to bring the entire game up to the level of polish that we will call the Naughty Dog quality. At this point, we were faced with two options: compromise part of the game or get more time. We went with the latter, as this new release day allowed us to finish everything to our level of satisfaction while also reducing the stress in the team. You know what? Good for them.
Absolutely.
It sucks. I was looking forward to that game, playing that game in February, and but it's like everything, I'd rather play a polished game, and I'd
Exactly.
rather not have my developers die, of stress while they're, on super crunch mode.
Yes.
Although you can bet they are on super crunch mode.
Yeah, from
still.
now until
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Godspeed, Naughty Dog. Godspeed. Keeping it on the delay news, Watch Dogs Legion has been delayed, Ubisoft said in a note to investors this morning. Of course, that wasn't this morning. This was yesterday morning. Originally given a March 3rd, 2020 launch, the publisher says it will now show up in the 2020 to 21 fiscal year, which begins in April. I know what you mean. April is the next month over. However, they have unfortunately said it could be a month, it could be more. So just because the fiscal year begins 1 month after the original release date does not necessarily mean it's right there. Ubisoft billed the delay as a decision to increase development time. Also delayed into the next fiscal year are Rainbow Six Quarantine, follow-up to the tactical multiplayer series, Gods and Monsters, a new open-world role-playing game that seems to be aimed at a younger audience. While each of these games already has a strong identity and high potential, we want our teams to have more development time to ensure that their respective innovations are perfectly implemented so as to deliver the optimal experiences for gamers, says Yves Guillemot.
You know why? Go ahead, finish.
The delay leads a note of overall bad news, which mentions a sharp downward revision in the money Ubisoft expects to make in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, whose aggregate critical scores were well south of mediocre. Breakpoint is stuffed with microtransactions, and Guillemot noted that the game has been strongly rejected by a significant portion of the community.
Oh, yes.
Well done, Ubisoft.
And you
Well
spoiled
done.
you spoiled my next piece of news because I was gonna say
continue it from there, sir.
the reason for that was precisely the fact that Ghost Recon Breakpoint disappointed, and of course, as you mentioned, Ubisoft reports that Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint had disappointing sales, but the company confirmed that it will continue to support the game and listen to its community in order to deliver the necessary improvements. In an earnings release, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot said that, quote, critical reception and sales during Ghost Recon Breakpoint's first week were very disappointing, end quote. Guillemot outlined 3 causes for that. Number 1, the game fucking sucks. Oh, no, sorry. That's not what I said. Number 1, there isn't enough time between live game experiences. God damn it. There's not enough time between live game experiences. No shit. Number 2, with Ghost Recon's Breakpoint, innovative implementations were handled properly. By the way, if they were not handled properly, they were not innovative. And number 3, Ghost Recon Breakpoint didn't stand out among the competition. Competition, by the way, which comes from they're all freaking games. Like, hello, you have the Division 2. Hello, you got the other Ghost Recon that a lot of people are playing. Like, what are you doing? And then you took the Ghost Recon franchise was a really cool ass franchise. If you look at the early Xbox 360 Ghost Recon titles, Advanced Warfare, I want to say it was called Ghost Recon Warfare, GRAW. Remember GRAW?
Yeah, grow.
Those things were
Warfighter, right? Advanced Warfighter.
something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a war in there. It was head over heels better than the offerings right now. The offerings right now, it is so cookie cutter, boring. Buy the books and also if that was as if it wasn't boring enough, it is littered with microtransactions up the ass.
Yeah, it's actually embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. Ubisoft says it is tackling these issues head on and already are implementing significant changes to our production processes. And the details you just mentioned, they're just delaying a bunch of the games. Why? Because hello, Ubisoft. I mean, they've been doing that. They'll be releasing a bunch of titles. Almost within a few months of another. Like you are cannibalizing on your own sales. Stop it. Stop releasing shitty games.
Look to Titanfall 2. Just saying.
Well,
that was Titanfall 2.
Look what happened to
as a
Titanfall
prime
2.
example.
And that was a good game.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that was a great game. And it got murdered because it was put too close to freaking Battlefield 5, was it? Or 4?
Battlefield and Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
It was between
Yeah,
the
Battlefield
two.
1.
Battlefield 1.
Yeah. So it doesn't take a analyst genius to figure that shit out. And also you give them more time, developers might have more time to polish their game, make something better, make something different. Not the same as Soldier in the Jungle title. Soldier in the Jungle. That's the Ubisoft thing. And then you know what? I played Far Cry 5. That game was not great. That game was mindless. It was totally blah. Like I didn't care. Like they got a new the one that they released that was supposed to be like the sequel to Far Cry 5. Do not remember it because it's just as forgettable.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
it was Far Cry something. It's supposed to be like in the in the.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, after the Far Cry 5.
Yeah,
The events of Far
exactly.
Cry 5, yeah.
That shit. Like nobody care about it. Why? Because you just
Man, I
did one
forgot
not
that
too long
game came
ago.
out. That was this year, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Wow.
You know what else was probably this? Was Matt Max this year? I don't think that's not that that's Ubisoft, but
Mad Max?
yeah, the Mad Max game. No, I'm sorry.
that's
No. Sorry. I got
Oh, you're
confused.
talking about,
Rage. I'm talking about
Rage,
Rage,
yeah, Rage
and that was
2.
Bethesda.
Yeah.
So, and we'll have a share to talk about Bethesda
Oh, yes.
soon. So.
Their names will come up.
Oh
guys.
yeah.
Sir, how do you feel about tacos?
It depends. If I could get them with a console on the side, I'm all up on this.
Your love bonds.
Yes.
Last week, Microsoft announced a new promotion with fast food giant Taco Bell, which, let me tell you, why would you ever want to partner with Taco Bell? Taco Bell is some of the worst food in the world.
I tell you why. Because they have fucking done it before.
Oh, I know. I know. I keep going. I was like, Taco Bell is garbage.
Fun
Even
fact-
Taco Bell knows it's garbage, which is why it's partnering with Microsoft, because they're like, we need to sell more garbage tacos. How do we do it? Xbox. Got it. Let's do it.
Yeah. I got a friend that won one of those.
The taco,
Taco Xbox.
Taco
Yeah.
Xbox. Wow. Yeah, the partnership, right? Promotion. Purchase a $5 box of food online or using the Taco Bell app, and you'll be entered to win an Xbox One X. You'll also receive a code good for 14 days for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. If you turn on the recurring billing, you can extend it for 44 days in all. So essentially, that means you get everything on the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Games list, including The Outer Worlds,
Including the Outer Worlds. You can
The
be
Outer
playing right now.
Wilds,
The Outer
and,
Wilds. Yes.
and of course Gears 5 as well.
Yeah, among many others.
Among many others, yes. Promotion runs through November 23rd. So if you guys are having a hankering for a taco and some free games, have at it.
Listen, if you want an Xbox that does taco noises when you turn it on, and that's not a joke.
And smells like oil.
No, it doesn't
Like,
smell
and
like
smells like,
But they
beef.
customize. They tend to customize them, and actually, to be honest with you, I don't know about the one right now, but the one I want to say probably last year looked really fucking cool. Like that was a cool ass looking Xbox. That was like, damn.
Did it come
if
with
only
fire sauce as well?
it could have been spicy. Yeah,
Chipotle
It-
seasoning?
It probably it was a double decker. I'll tell you that. Wow, a double decker.
A double decker. Man. Do they still have that shit?
No, they took it out of the menu because of course.
Because it's shit. That's why. They're
That
just
was
garbage.
awesome. What are you talking about? The double decker was amazing.
Taco Bell
Shut
is
up.
horrible.
I am not endorsing that. I'm not gonna say it was great, but I'm not endorsing that either. Yeah, but it's better to resort to a mom and pop taco
Yeah,
shop,
Taco shop.
like the one that we have, Taco China.
Taco China?
Taco China was
Yeah,
great,
Taco
dude.
China's awesome.
Taco China's
Yeah.
amazing. They're not paying us for this.
No, they're not.
So I'm going to talk about Monster Hunter World Iceborne instead. And I only have to say that the release date for PC has been announced.
Oh, delayed? No.
No. Because he didn't have one. Remember, that was the whole thing. It's like
It was coming.
PC
We
Player was
already
like,
knew.
yeah, we know it was coming, but when? Earlier this year, Capcom announced Monster Hunter World Iceborne will be coming to PC in January, 5 months after its initially released on the PS4 and Xbox One. The time frame has now been narrowed down to a specific date, January 9, 2020. A new trailer showcases what PC players can expect from the Nergigante size expansion. Oh, for the Nergigante size expansion to the critically acclaimed Monster Hunter World. The PC version will include high-resolution texture support, 4K, and an uncapped frame rate, support for ultra-widescreen DirectX 12 support, and improved mouse and keyboard controls. Those who pre-ordered the game on Steam will also receive a Yukumo layer armor set, while the deluxe digital edition includes gesture sticker set and Silver Knight layer armor set and more. This is cool. I mean, Monster Hunter World. Obviously, it looks amazing. It has the support. Like, it was patched in later on. Actually, it didn't release with support for widescreen and all that kind of stuff. They patched it in right now, and it looks super gorgeous. I don't know why I haven't jumped on it. It's probably because I don't like the idea that it's still treated, even though yes, the improvements and the 4K and the ultra support and all that is there, but they're still treating it as a second-class citizen. Like, all the releases are coming earlier to consoles. And it's like, well, fuck you then, you know? If I can't have my Aloy set on PC, then I don't want you guys.
Yeah, I still have that Halo set. Oh, man. My last piece, guys. Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood hit theaters in July, and I saw it. Decent, good stuff. And it is set to make a comeback to the multiplex this October.
Don't call it a comeback.
A comeback indeed. Sony announced on Wednesday that the film will be re-released with a few more scenes added to the end.
Oh God, movie DLC for real.
oh my goodness,
This is the thing now.
Yeah.
Wow.
This marks the first major film to be re-released with new material that isn't a Marvel film. Earlier this year, Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home both went 2 rounds in the theater by adding new scenes. In the case of Endgame, the re-release fairly transparently served as a way to push Endgame towards breaking James Cameron's Avatar box office records. While Far From Home didn't do quite as well at the box office, but it still scooped up a few extra bucks with its re-release. So, sure, why not every other movie do the same thing?
Sure. sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we should expect now.
Yep.
When it
So
comes
I
out,
should wait for the re-release. each
exactly.
time.
Just
Okay.
don't go day one. Just wait for the movie of the year edition.
Exactly.
And that's when you go.
And then
yeah.
watch, the full thing. Which, by the way, they're adding 10 minutes to 161 minute runtime.
Maybe you can use your movie pass to watch the release, and then that way you don't pay again.
I'm sorry. What is Movie Pass?
Movie Pass. Okay, so Movie Pass is this. Yeah, what is Movie Pass? I'll tell you what Movie Pass is. It's dead, but somehow has been reportedly charging bank accounts despite closing shop.
Wow.
After shutdown on September 14, the troubled movie subscription service MoviePass has allegedly risen from the grave to charge former subscribers unexpectedly. The New York Post compiled various reports of users getting charged despite the MoviePass app canceling operations. A few users subscribed up to the very day the service ended reported charges from MoviePass on their cards. Some saw a $10 membership fee, while others experienced this plus additional charges.
Just random charges. We're going to put the $10 and just do like another
Let's
$7,
just
$8.
hey, we need to pay our creditors, so let's just listen.
We owe everybody.
We
so
have a
need-
bunch of credit cards that a lot of fools gave us for free.
Exactly.
They gave us for free.
If we do it quickly, they'll never know.
they'll never notice.
It's only $7.
Listen, it's $10. Banks don't care about doing a full investigation.
Exactly.
They're just
I know
writing
$10.
off. Yeah,
They'll never know.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not shady
They'll
at
never
all.
see it happening.
CEO Mitch Lowe told the Post that reports of subscribers getting charged following MoviePass shuttering were false and misread. One single subscriber out of many thousands of MoviePass subscribers was charged $9.95 on September 15, and they have been refunded that amount. Lowe said, "We are aware of some of our subscribers has mistaken refund appearing on the credit card statements for charges. Still, some users continue to report MoviePass charges appearing on their bank accounts. Many have taken to Twitter to voice their frustration with an inoperable service that is still reportedly siphoning their money."
Wow.
So
Good job, Movie Pass.
So
Way to build that legacy.
You know what? Yeah,
know what
but
I mean?
I could also see it the other way because people
They just forgot to turn the shit off.
No.
Oh,
I'm talking about like people are kind of dumb though. I can also see it. People seeing like refunds and thinking like, "Oh my god, it says MoviePass. They charged me. It says slash $14.95. It has a dash $14.95. So
Could
they're
be.
or $9.95. So they're charging me. They're charging me. Look, it's right there.
can see that
It says
as well.
negative 14.
Yeah.
10,
I can see that.
$9.95.
I agree.
So
I agree.
Yeah. MoviePass. Remember that service? Trying to see if there was anything more interesting. Not much. Something about former executive, Xbox executive. You remember Mike Ibarra? He quit,
Yeah, he quit, yeah.
Microsoft.
Mhm.
So he landed a Blizzard.
Good job.
It's a great time to be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Good job.
I guess, we'll see him at BlizzCon, maybe.
Speaking of BlizzCon, there was a potential leak of Diablo 4. I don't even care to go into it because fuck Blizzard. I'm just like, so Diablo 4
Diablo 4 is
almost
happening.
definitely happening.
Yeah. It's
And
definitely
we'll
happening.
probably see it at BlizzCon. I am actually going to try my best to tune into this BlizzCon because
The thing is, you have to pay for that, though.
The-
I mean, you could get reports, but if you want to see BlizzCon, you have to pay for that.
so
You have to buy
I just
virtual
might
tickets.
do- Yeah,
What?
I just might, just to see the massive, like,
All right.
disaster that can possibly happen.
All right, let's go 50-50 on this, and I'll go to your house and see this too.
Okay,
Because I need to
All
see
right.
what.
I just
I don't think
feel
that-
like
Yeah. What is going to happen here?
I don't know.
I almost feel like the reporting is gonna be more interesting.
You're probably right. We're probably building this up in our head, and they're probably going to make out like bandits for a bunch of people who normally don't see it. Like,
Yeah.
we got to see it. We got to see this train disaster that's going to happen. Yeah,
Yeah. We
and it doesn't even happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
Okay, I do have one more, and it is related to Bethesda.
Oh,
And it talks about Bethesda looks to bolster its mobile game offerings with AlphaDog Games acquisition. Bethesda. Okay, so I'm gonna load it, and while we're loading it, AlphaDog is a studio behind games like Monstrosity Rampage and Wraithborn. Has
Yes.
been acquired by
the classic Wraithborn.
Yes, on mobile. Has been acquired by Bethesda Software for an undisclosed sum. The move sees Canadian studios supporting Bethesda's own growing mobile game ambitions. Support that Bethesda says includes the development of new iOS and Android games down the line. We are impressed by the team at AlphaDog's commitment to quality and depth of experience in mobile. Really, like they look at quality, Bethesda.
I mean, I guess it all depends on the fake portfolio they're handing them, right?
That was said by Todd Vaughn in a press release. We're excited to have them join the Bethesda family.
Todd Vaughn,
Todd Vaughn says Vaughn,
also known as Todd Howard.
Todd Vaughn.
I
in a
know, and
press
this is
release.
just himself just
this is
writing
it.
this press release.
Bethesda itself isn't entirely a stranger to developing mobile games, but this acquisition shows that the company is looking to expand its dealing on mobile platforms. So far, Bethesda has released 2 games on iOS and Android. Fallout Shelter, developed
Decent
in
one.
part by Behavior Interactive, and The Elder Scrolls Blades. You know what else about Bethesda? We're going to find out after the break.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, guys. We are back, and it is time for our hot topic of the week.
Hot topic. Oh wow, what's that voice?
Yes.
Wait a minute. What
I
happened?
think we have a hacker within our midst.
Oh, you know what?
Challenger has appeared.
I could tell. I could tell because suddenly the quality of our voices came down.
Wow.
Wow.
Like substantially.
We're not
That
blaming
can only be
anybody.
one thing. There's
Skype.
chaos in the thing.
Wow, I was gonna blame Skype, but sure, I guess we'll go with Chaos Reaper has joined us, aka Hilberto. What is up, sir? How have you been?
I've been all right. I haven't done much this week other than my usual, some Apex, some Mortal Kombat, where I scolded somebody because respect.
Respect
And just actually finally got into the most boring game in existence, Final Fantasy 14 again, because I've been paying it and really
Oh
haven't
my
played it.
god! Listen, have you heard there are new MMOs out there? You could be paying $13.99 to be playing, or $99 a year.
A year, yeah, there you go.
You should know this by now, son. Stop
I
playing
sh-
back games.
I should know better. You're right. You're right.
Stop playing back games.
Hey, I just want to ask because I could wait until the podcast comes out, but is there any shocking news this week other than what we're gonna cover?
You mean other than the hot topic?
Yeah, other
Oh,
than
the hot
that,
topic. I think the hot topic is the shock.
Yeah.
So you came
We're
just in time.
We're
okay,
still
that's awesome.
reeling from that freaking news. No, we actually, not that I'm putting down the useless news that everybody can use, but wasn't a lot going on this week as far as news goes. I think
Well,
we
there
have
was a lot, but we're just saving it for
outside
now.
exactly outside of the debacle and absolute disaster and ridiculous choice.
Wow.
A maelstrom
Yes.
of bad choices.
Yes.
I
Oh
guess-
my God.
I guess let's get
let's
into it. I
do
guess.
The
Yes.
hot topic
as you guys know, is what? It's
What?
Exactly.
What?
Exactly. The hot topic, guys. For some strange reason, the directors, leaders, people who actually make lots of money, believe it or not, decided to add a paid subscription service to the shitstorm that is Fallout 76.
No.
Yeah.
No. You're kidding.
By the 7 hells.
Yeah, by the 7. Oh, there you go. That should have been the title. By the 7 hands.
7 hell.
What?
the fuck, Bethesda? So let's just recap. a
Please,
little
please.
bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Recap what's going on. So
I need to
let's
wrap my
get up to
head
speed.
around this.
Fallout 76, guys, if you don't know, is probably the worst game that any AAA developer has dropped within at least the last 10 years, right? I mean, I can't think of anything worse in the last anything comes to mind just out of the blue.
Man,
No?
Where's
maybe-
the 76?
Fallout 76.
Life of Tiger?
AAA, dude,
Oh,
AAA.
AAA? Well, you said worse. My mind immediately went to AAA.
Worst game
Where's the
ever.
Fallout 76? I honestly I can't think of a time where a company just not just bungled in in an amazing way a launch of a game, but completely disrespected its audience by I'm talking about before they even decided to do this monstrosity that they ended up doing this week. I'm talking about releasing this unfinished piece of garbage that was riddled with bugs, treating their customers, their $60 paying customers as
And
beta
more.
testers.
Don't forget, there's people that paid more for this.
Yes.
game. Let's not forget about the bag.
Well, let's not forget about the
The bag.
collector's
Oh,
edition
God.
bag. Yeah, that ended up fooling a lot of people. Showing one thing and bringing another.
It
Let's
took like
not-
a year for it to fix it.
The bag was about 9 months, if I recall correctly. 9 months, you finally got the right bag.
Yeah.
Of course, at that point, it felt more like a slap in the face to people who got it. Like, oh, sure, give me the bag now. The game's still
Dang.
shit. You know what I mean?
But I got my bag.
But I got my freaking, what is it, flannel bag? I don't know what it was.
It was an nylon bag. It was a nylon
No,
bag.
the
by the-
original.
Oh, the original
The
one.
shit one
The
was
original
nylon,
was nylon.
but it was supposed to be canvas. That's what
Canvas.
it was. Canvas.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
This is after not to mention the data leak that they had, with those bags when suddenly people were able to put and close tickets because of a bug in the support in the Bethesda support system.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this happened. People were able to go into other people I guess tech support tickets
Yeah.
for the ones that were asking for for their back replacement.
Replacement. Yeah.
Yeah, when they were getting the bag replacement, they were saying, "Oh yeah, you receive it in about 6 months. Just give it your name and address, and a copy of the receipt where you bought it, and da da da." So that
Wow.
information was available to anyone at one point. Like everybody could just log in, see the accounts, close the tickets as resolved. Even so, that was fun.
I did not know that happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the many,
Yeah,
many.
the list of, I mean, fuck ups. Let's be real. The list
Dude,
of
at
fuck
that
ups
point,
that
they're just straight
they've
up
done
fuck ups.
is it's unbelievable. It's absolutely laughable.
It is unprecedented.
That I mean, you put all this on some other developer. It's just like I can't believe that these guys are the same guys who brought us Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 and it's just, oh guys, seriously. So that, I mean, that's the laundry list of stuff, right? Then we go to the holidays, and the holidays they were selling outfits for $20 because sure, an outfit that you can wear, a Santa Claus outfit, $18.99 is the price for this piece of shit outfit in a world that no one's gonna see anyway. No one's fucking playing it. So
Well, somebody is.
Alright.
Yes, you know what? I put the poll out there, guys. We're gonna bring up this poll right now. Go ahead, sir. You were about to say something.
No,
Go
I
ahead,
was
bring up this poll.
I was gonna ask. It feels like we just went scattered everywhere.
We
I
are
think
because
we
this
should-
is
yeah, we should
exactly
narrow it
how
down.
Bethesda is right here. I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah, true. We should narrow it down for those who don't know in the group what exactly is going on. We already know that the game is shit. The game is not fixed. That there was a content update where they were gonna bring, they were gonna add the NPCs that they did not add on this alpha game, if we can call it that, pre-alpha maybe.
That's being generous for the record.
That's being generous, exactly. And they were gonna bring that. They were gonna finally put a game in it. They were gonna have NPCs and all that. They delayed that. They decided to delay that to next year, but instead, you have the option of paying Bethesda money right now.
Yes. So the one update, the one highlight, if we can say, of Bethesda's E3 press conference, which I give 100% props to Mr. Dream Twister, who called it on one of his predictions that NPCs will come to Fallout 76 because, of course, it should be in the
They
game.
had to.
Why would it not be in the game, right?
Yeah.
He called it. They delayed that, and in less than a week, right?
Yeah.
About a week, yeah, we'll call it a week, right? In less than a week, they delay that information, but do not delay the announcement of this wonderful subscription service. I have
All
the
right.
details here.
Let me okay, I just want to clarify something. I'm the one that lives under a rock. There's like, well, the biggest pieces of news I get, a lot of I did not know they delayed the NPCs till next year.
They did, and they delayed it
Oh my
just last week, or at least within this week, I think.
Oh,
God.
God.
Actually, no, I think it was one of the news pieces of last week. So it was last week, and no one on the board of thinkers or idiots thought to maybe we should delay this because obviously this was in the works, right? It's not like they didn't know this was coming up.
Right.
No one thought to delay the membership thing. No. So the membership is as follows, guys. Fallout 76 is I'm reading from Polygon. For Polygon. The latest and most troubled iteration of Bethesda's Game Studios post-apocalyptic role-playing franchise is adding private worlds. Those interested in playing the game alone or with a small group of friends will need to sign up for $12.99 per month. I'm going to pause right there and just give you guys a moment to think of what else can you get for less than that within a month.
Let me think. Like 3 game passes and 4 PSNs and like a bunch of services right now. Like I mentioned, Game Pass. That for I believe their offer right now is like $2 for like 2 months. You could be playing The Outer Worlds, a better Fallout than Fallout. Basically for free because it's costing you $1 basically.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's
and that's just one.
Yeah,
of
let's
the
assume for-
plethora of games that are available in this service
And
for
they
the
get
price.
best. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's assume for a second there are no deals though.
Not to mention, and because when this news came up, I would go through the comments because I knew there was gonna be somebody defending it. And I actually did run into a commenter saying like, "Oh, I don't know why people are complaining. This is just like World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy or any other MMO that you pay a subscription." I was like, "Well, yeah, but this is what I just replied. Well, yeah, but all those games had NPCs when they released.
Content.
All those games are
They had content. Yeah.
They're finished.
Yeah.
Well, let's
They're
start with the
complete
basics.
games.
Let's start with the basics. It
Yeah,
had
true.
NPCs.
That's
They had
true.
the bare minimum, at least, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So yes, for $12.99, let's get that into perspective. PlayStation Now has already reduced to $9.99. If you don't get a deal for Game Pass, you still only pay $10 a month. That's already a greater value. Was it Apple Game Store or
yeah.
whatever that is $5 a month. You get more content out of that on your phone.
That's kind of embarrassing right there that we're actually
It's-
mentioning Apple Arcade Store.
Yeah, I mean, these are
a good
crafted.
service.
Yeah, I was gonna say these are
Really?
actually purposely crafted games for phones. They're not like that free to play and all the crazy shit that you normally get in the App
I
Store.
didn't know
These are
that.
actually
Really?
yes. Oh
Yeah,
yes.
they're
These
real
are
they're
crafted.
real games. They're real mobile. They're mobile games, but they're not. I mean, in the majority, of course, there's probably gonna be liars, although I don't know
Of
of
course.
any. But they are, quality games. They have some of them have come on other platforms. Some of them are exclusive to Apple Arcade. I will venture to say that for the price of it, if you're a gamer,
well worth it.
it's well worth it. Yeah.
Oh, you do 1 month. You go in, you try a bunch of them, and boom, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and for
I would, but
$5,
I
you're
really don't do
already
mobile
getting
games.
more value out of that than you are paying $13 to Fallout 76.
Fallout 76 is it's I'm telling you, it's not even a complete game. Well, when yes, you could do basic stuff, but you can't even do it that well because you get first of all the promises that were given at that release, none of them materialized.
We're getting to that. I want to
Yeah,
just
let's
quickly
get
roll
to
through
the
the
best
details.
parts.
man.
Let's get to the best
$12.99 a
parts.
month. If you decide to do it for a full year, it's $100. $100 will get you they called it Fallout First. So let's see what you get for the if you're a Fallout First member, how you use your private world is completely up to you. Invite up to 7 friends at a time, 8 total people, to join you in taking on the dangers of the post-apocalyptic West Virginia. The announcement explained all gameplay remains the same from adventure mode, and all characters entering the Fallout First private worlds must be existing characters. $12.99 also gets you a handful of additional benefits, including new Scrapbox. This is important. So Scrapbox, guys, is let's think of it as the box from Resident Evil where you can just throw shit in and you can always come back to it later, right? Because it's about scrounging, right? Which provides you unlimited storage for crafting components, a survival tent, which adds a new placeable fast travel point on the map, and an allowance of 1650 atoms, which is the in-game currency, per month. A new special Ranger armor outfit, which we all know is like $20 each anyway, right?
Of course.
Which includes the iconic uniform from Fallout New Vegas and a selection of icons and emotes with the game. So I don't have. That's what essentially you're paying for.
Wow.
What did we get, guys? Do you have that news story? Because honestly, I'm drinking because this is just too.
I don't have the news story. Can you guys hear me?
I can, yes, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't have the news story, but I can tell you what it gave the people that paid for it.
Do it.
Genital herpes.
That
Close
would
enough?
probably
Was that close enough?
that would probably be better than what they actually got.
Wow.
Excruciating aneurysms.
The private servers,
Wow.
the private servers are not as private as they said it was.
What?
All right, your friends do not need an invite. They can literally just drop on your game, whatever. But you think in the context of you, Mad Dog, and me, like, oh, so
No big
Dream
deal.
would pop into my game, whatever. But apparently, there's merchants, dedicated players that are merchants in this game, and they have a really
role
long
players.
list of friends because of this. Now, not necessarily friends, just people they do trades with. So they could be, whatever. So these people will have randoms who they barely even know, but they have on their friends list just popping up in their worlds for no reason. Not even that. Apparently, some players found places that were already looted in their private servers.
That is hilarious.
Wow.
I don't
That
know.
is
Oh my
hilarious.
God.
It's new used. Private servers that have been used already.
Pre-owned
Pre-owned.
private server.
Pre-owned private servers.
Real private servers. Oh, that's good.
Okay?
That is
Oh
good.
my
That's
God.
not even the best part yet.
Oh.
That dog mentioned the Marvel, that is the scrap box, right? Now, apparently, players have places to put in their stuff, but to make things more organized, they added the scrap box. So you pay $13 a month or $99, $100 a year, and you get this box where you put all your scraps. Great. So
Uh.
players went in after buying Fallout first, put all the scrap stuff in there, and when they went to the box, it was empty.
Lol, gone.
And then they tried logging out, logging back in, doing whatever. Nothing worked. All their scrap was just magically gone.
Oh wow.
Yes.
The
So
gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, sir. It literally
So
took
it was
a load off
gonorrhea.
their shoulders completely.
Not to mention, I heard that there were that it was so broken that some people could not even buy the fucking thing.
Oh, that's right. I heard about that. People were running into problems just buying the pass. Like,
But guess what? They patched that real quick.
So here's my problem with and guys, if you like Fallout 76, I am not in any way trying to in any way attack you or anything like, but
we just say
at
we
this
feel sorry
point,
for you.
after a year,
You probably should be
it's shame on you.
angry.
Yeah, it is shame on you guys. It's like, what did you expect? You saw the game when it came out. It was absolutely broken mess. It's still not good. And here they are asking for $99, which you gave them $99, and lo and behold, all those promises are not
Everything
delivered
is
as well.
broken.
Well, wait, they
Who's to
said.
blame?
Wait, Todd Howard. I have a recording. Todd Howard said that all the content in Fallout 76 was going to be free.
Yeah.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah,
absolutely right. I remember that.
That was a moment.
That happened. That was announced.
That is true.
I think I wish I could find it right now, but there was a quote where because somebody had obviously addressed that head on. They asked them about that, and the shitty ass response that they dared to give was, I mean, it was like. The little description of unbelievable, because they were like, well, you know, paraphrasing here, but basically saying, well, you know, our data shows that players want to pay. It was that. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, and I wish I could find the actual, the actual quote, but it was basically that. It was saying like, well, you know, it's just our data shows that players, you know, do want to, you know, to pay for this stuff, and it's like, wait, what? This is the way that you are backpedaling on a promise, is by straight out lying. Show me one gamer that is like, no, okay, I'd rather just pay for it. You know, I'd rather just, you know, spend more money. Oh, don't fix the game. You know, as a matter of fact, let me pay for the patches, because that's what they're doing.
Mhm.
You know that's what they're doing. And the gall, the sheer brass cojones that they have to have. And I realized I said it with an accent. The brass cojones that they have on set, on just, they didn't even, you know what, they did not even release announce it. It was like suddenly it was there. They looked silently as if no one was gonna notice. Oh, you can pay $99 for this annual thing now. What? Now
Yeah.
it begs the question. Why? And I'll give you what I think. I'll tell you what I think. Well, my opinion is on it. But why do you guys think that Bethesda is suddenly resorting to this desperate actions? Like at this point, they look nothing but just desperate, you know, action. At this point, they're not taking data in. They are completely disconnected from the
player base.
Player base, exactly. Thank you. They're not taking data from the player base at all. How, you know, they're not seeing the memes, the jokes, that the fact that the Fallout 76 is $5 right now at a Walmart bargain bin, you know, and they're not accepting that, and they're doing this in spite of that. You know, they're doing this. Oh well, let's just ask for more money. Like, what do you guys think?
Listen, I can't tell you why Bethesda is so desperately trying to milk a dry cow. But I can tell
That's a
you,
disturbing image.
I can tell you why players however whatever number they are, have lingered so much and hanged on to this game for so long because they're, and I just want you to picture this, they're expecting Fallout 76 to be a Destiny, or a much better example would be
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Mm.
Just imagine if Fallout
A much
76
better example will be Final Fantasy 14.
14,
actually.
that's
Yeah.
true. They're expecting this. Just imagine if this game suddenly becomes everything everybody dreamed of and more. They're expecting. They're waiting for that,
Dude, but at that
never
point,
going to happen.
look at everything that has. Look at all the fuck ups that we have mentioned, and I've actually we haven't mentioned a tenth of the fuck ups that have happened on this game since since its release. Like at this point, if you are defending Bethesda, you have to have a serious case of Stockholm syndrome.
Mhm.
I agree. I agree.
At that point, if you are okay defending these moves, then because I don't think even a Bethesda employee can come out and say fresh face like, oh, this makes sense because X and Y. How do you
Oh.
justify this?
Don't challenge Todd Howard.
No, dude. Todd Howard is he's even the biggest liar because he comes in and on an E3 and says, no, he tries to make it as a fucking joke. It's like, oh, some people. I heard on the internet. Oh my god, I heard on the internet that people think some of our games have bugs. Yes, I heard that on the internet, so it must be true. So anyway, and he goes about that like
Oh
like
God,
like
I hate
was
that man.
like some sort of joke. Like, no, dumbass, like take this seriously. You had there was one point where even with the Bethesda jankness of your titles, people looked up to you because you were a developer that were willing to take some so create some amazing worlds, for what it was, even though it was kind of like breaking apart and it was all like smoke and mirrors, but it was still work. Fallout 4 recently, it was a game that worked even with the Bethesda jank. It was a game that worked.
Even with its downsides,
Skyrim.
it was still a good game.
Skyrim was an excellent game. It was released
Skyrim was-
everywhere.
You know what? Now that you mentioned that, that is why they milked Skyrim so much, because they could not come up with something that was nearly as good as that.
I tell you what it is. I tell you what.
Yeah,
it
I
is.
was gonna say. Well, I wanted to answer your question. My answer is that they are your answer your question, which is why do I think that that they made this asinine move? Is because I think this is their 100% disconnected way of trying to get a No Man's Sky, trying to get a Final Fantasy. They're like you said, they're completely disconnected from their player base. They're completely disconnected from the industry itself. It just, there's no other reason other than just giving us oodles of hilarious laughter every time we see a
lot
stupid
of
move like
and
this.
fits of anger. Listen,
I'm not even angry anymore. I'm not
This is a
angry
joke.
at them.
This is too
I am-
funny.
Yeah, I'm not angry at them, and I am not feeling sorry for anybody who fell for this shit. I'm just like, no, this is
Listen.
your own doing now.
one of my professors always made it a point to tell us that never put out trash, because your reputation is really what matters here. Now, Bethesda's reputation carried it, from Fallout and Elder Scrolls, carried them this far. It is you can definitely see how that reputation has waned. So it's wane is it's an understatement. It's just what is it? It just bottomed out.
Dude, it can't get it. This is one of the scummiest things. Like, you will think this is almost Activision, or not almost. This is Activision levels of scum.
Mhm.
This is something that you will expect from
EA.
even EA. Yeah. And to put Bethesda like right there, but in this case, Bethesda is the publisher, but in this case, it's fucking Bethesda Studio. It's the it's the goddamn developer at this point.
Their own
You know,
development
it's
team.
the developer, which I think we can blame it and laugh at publishers all we want. But even some shitty ass publishers have some good in-houses that unfortunately they work for a shitty developer. Case in
Respawn.
point, huh?
Respawn. I'm not gonna
Respawn,
talk again.
yes. Respawn is one of them. But I'll tell you what I think it is. And this is probably coming from a mandate from from Bethesda Publishing Company as well. Look at Bethesda's track record this year. What games came out this year for Bethesda?
That's a good
All of
question.
those.
We
All
have
the ones that we
we
just
have
mentioned?
we have Rage 2,
We have
Oh.
the Wolfenstein
and we have the Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Youngbloods. Thank you.
So Rage 2 underperformed because and not that this is the game was, it's not that it was terrible, but there was nothing after all the marketing and all everything we saw. The game itself, it was nothing like that marketing, or I shouldn't say it was nothing like that marketing, but it didn't live up to the hype of that marketing. Let's put it that way, and it underperformed. Then you get, we're waiting for, the next title, and it's Youngblood, and then we're thinking, well, man, I love Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein.
I'm a big fan. There's no way they can fuck it up. I mean, it's Wolfenstein in the 80s. How can they fuck it up? And they did, like, massively. Like, this game was terrible, for all intended purposes. Because they try to invent, redo the wheel, reinvent the wheel, on it, which was completely unneeded for this type of games. Now, so this year was not good for them. And what hopes do they have? Well, they gotta get money somewhere. Let's just get them from the, from the people that are still, the only other thing that came out this year, which was Fallout 76, which was terrible.
That was last
You know,
year. Came out last year.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So from since last year,
But
they
it's the
haven't
only
had a
thing
good
that they
game.
have a revenue stream on
Yeah. What is
for
the
the
thing?
year. It's the only thing they
Yeah.
have an open revenue
Yeah,
stream.
yeah. And this is my fear, and this is why this is my fear. Although I realize this is Doom Eternal is coming from id Software, and is published by Bethesda. My fear is that something wrong is going on with Doom, and I'm very scared of it because I love Doom 2016. So if this gets messed up somehow because they started, trying to again reinvent the wheel, make live services, put some shit that doesn't go, whatever. They already, you already saw they delayed it. God knows for what purpose. I hope it's publishing. And not
Delays,
Microsoft
yeah.
sucking the living shit out of it.
Delays are never a bad thing
but
when
they
it comes to development,
They could be though. They could be. There could be a new mandate of, well, you know what?
unless they're adding something,
Yes.
that it doesn't need to have. Like, we need to have
we need
yeah,
boxes in this.
correct, yeah.
We
That
need to
could be bad.
monetize. We need
Correct.
to monetize this somehow. I realize you guys have a vision, but we need to make this game a little bit more money making. So put a fucking loot box on it.
Yeah, put a
Change the
loot
mechanics,
box.
alter the gameplay,
Yep.
and
We
that's
need a monthly subscription service for it as well.
Yeah.
We'll call it, Doom First. It's I agree. Actually, that's a big thing because you think about a lot of the things that they have for this fall are gone. They're all been, it's the major thing would have been Doom, but it got shifted out of here not until the spring. So it's a huge gap. And again, this is not a company that's publicly traded because Bethesda is a private company, doesn't actually have shareholders, which is generally a good thing. But now I'm beginning to think, you know what? Maybe you guys need a few shareholders to smack the shit out of you a little bit here and make decisions correctly because clearly you guys are taking just this wild
the
path.
problem is the shareholders are very rarely the answer.
No.
on this.
I'm
They
just saying.
This is a company that completely lost its vision, and they just saw like, well, shit. At the end of the day, if we just want to make money, and look at Activision, the scummiest company, and look how they're making money. Let's just compete to a race to the bottom to see who could eat more dirt, who could be scummier.
Yeah.
You know?
And to add insult to injury, on the same day that we're discussing this, guys, the same week, if you will, you almost figure that this was maybe destiny. The Outer Worlds basically
Sure.
out Fallout's Fallout.
Oh,
You know, it's
by a
basically-
large margin.
Yeah, it comes out. It's everywhere for the record. I'm just flipping through articles now, and every one of them has a what do you call it? An advertisement for the Outer Worlds. Clearly, also, by the way, I think a collection came out. A Fallout collection came out today. Almost in a way to say, hey, let's just the Fallout's out, Outer Worlds out, yeah.
Tour.
Yeah, we'll get something out of this. If they're not going to buy the $99, maybe they'll jump back. Yeah, everybody bought the 5 copies of Skyrim. Why not this collection? So I don't know, guys.
You want private servers? Are you guys fucking dying so much for private servers? Play Fallout 4. There's nothing more private than Fallout 4. There.
And you have NPCs right
You
now.
have NPCs.
And you have a story.
You have a story. It's a much better game. It's a better crafted game, even though it still has the Bethesda jank a little bit. But it was still considered endearing rather than this is just straight up a mess. And you know what's funny? You guys want to hear what's funny? They did not care to register the name FalloutFirst.com. So someone squatted that name, FalloutFirst.com, and they have a hilarious take, a page about Fallout 76. It's called Fallout Fuck You First.
Yeah, I saw that. One of the videos I saw about Fallout.
It says private worlds, crab boxes, and more coming to Fallout 76 with Fallout Fuck You First.
Yes.
And then I'm just gonna read the opening because it's meant to be, I think, obviously it's just taking the Fallout page and spoofing it. But it says, ever since Fallout 76 launch, we have consistently done nothing to improve or evolve the experience based on shitty feedback. That's why we're excited to launch Fallout Fuck You First.
That's
a
awesome.
a premium ass-pounding membership that offers something dumbass players have been asking for since launch. Private worlds for your select idiot friends. So we decided to put it all behind a paywall. In addition to this huge feature, quote unquote, Fallout Fuck You First includes a host of pointless items and cult bonuses, all of which you can find in my foreskin. Okay, let's go.
Oh my god. What an ending.
And
The-
best, and
the-
best of, the page goes on.
The picture on the page is hilarious because it's the Fallout Boy, right? Was it Vault Boy? Vault Boy holding a golden ticket that says "First member fucked." It's great. It is absolutely great. This is why so the poll. I want to bring up the poll because I have it up here and I keep going back to it. I asked on the group, who's playing Fallout 76, and then I put in there because I didn't want to scare anybody away, right? Because I'm not. This is just a post. It's just really just want an answer to this question: who is playing this game? We know. And hey, if you're liking it, good. Hey, man, I am not here to yuck your yum. You know what I mean? If that's what you dig,
Yes, we are.
I am. Chaos, on the other hand, clearly.
Hey, I'm with him.
And maybe Dreamy as well. And I even put it, this is not an attempt to attack, question, or doubt someone's answers, just wanting a true poll is. The options were never played it. We have 17 votes for never played it. So
Wow.
17 people who avoided a disaster.
Like
Well
the
done.
Black Plague.
Well done. Well done. 3 people, who I'm including here, the answer to is no. I'm not playing because it was not good.
Yeah, I put myself in that too.
Yeah, yeah. And then the other one, two answers. I am, and it's great. And the other one is I am, and it's okay. Yeah, nobody's on that at all. Not one.
As of right now,
As of right now, as of this moment. So,
dude, it's because
whoever you guys are that are playing this game, for the love of all that's good, let it go.
yeah, there's so
War
many.
never changes, guys. It
Or
never.
never changes.
Just saying.
I feel like it did. It
Fallout
became shitty,
76.
They started
never
charging for it.
changes. Just saying.
dude.
It only gets worse.
Monthly, they give you 1,650 atoms per month to use on the Atomic Shop, and you know the items that you want to actually buy with the atom. You know how much it costs?
20,000.
At least 1,800. So not only they're getting your monthly installment or your yearly fee if you paid it all in for the year, but you don't even have enough
You gotta wait 11
a
months.
month. No,
Actually,
no,
a whole
It-
year.
no.
No. It's $16.50 a month.
A month.
How much?
A month.
Yeah.
So 1,650 a month that you get, and it's
Oh,
and it's 1,800. It's 1,800. So you're
okay.
short. So basically, they're taking advantage of the fact that you're so close, but you don't have enough, and you
So
know that
buy
you're gonna
it.
be, they're desperate. So you probably give us even more money on top of the money that you already gave us to buy the item that you want, or wait another month. It's like, fucking really? Like, even to that, like, it's not enough. It's not enough that you're kicking your player base in the balls.
Can't
Like,
even give me a free item a month.
you can't. You fucking scrap box doesn't work right. You put the Ranger armor outfit, which is which is an outfit that probably fans of the series will like to have. You put it behind a paywall, and it's not even a good looking one. It's a shitty looking one compared to the mods that have been out there. Your private worlds are not private. Your scrap box eats your scrap and never gives it
It's a
back.
black void.
And you're
Yeah.
spending, and they want $100 a year for this shit. Like, Bethesda, like, I think there was a famous episode where I said double middle fingers, fuck you, Bethesda, and I continue with a Bethesda rant. This is quadruple middle fingers at this.
Yeah.
Wow, this is
That's
even your toes and shit.
At this point, like, fuck Doom. Like, I don't even care about it anymore. That Doom will have to be god tier for me to to even raise a care about it. As of right now, fuck Bethesda, man, and all this in all this glory,
Yeah.
they have lost me completely.
For me, even if it's God tier, it's going the way of EA. I get it. We were talking about off the air about how well Jedi Fallen Order is looking in it. It's like, nope. Still, I get it. I get who the developer is, but there is still this unfortunate stain of EA here in Bethesda land. It's a stink of Bethesda, and yeah, I'm not buying. I should have stuck to my guns. Unfortunately, it's like they had a good comeback there for a little bit, and it really felt like they understood what was going on. Man, was I fucking wrong? And excuse me, I rephrase that. Man, were we fucking wrong? Because no, I want nothing to do with that company at all. As much as I own Doom, I'll go back to Doom. It's already mine. I have it. I'll play it. Doom Eternal's not gonna come home. It's not gonna come home with me at all. I don't even care.
I think because it's fair. You speak with your wallet, right? But if we're speaking with our wallets, it's because we want to deliver a message. If suddenly our message is just to go completely mute, then there's no message being delivered for real. If there is, I feel like even in the case of EA, if EA give me a title that suddenly has no microtransactions. It's a good game on its own, and it stands on its own ground. And I don't see him like time passes and I don't see him fucking it up, or Bethesda or any company, or like that. Yeah, I will support that because I wanted to show that yes, this is what you should be doing. This is what I'm willing to spend money of. Continue this path. As opposed to like just straight out boycotting everything, because at that point they're never gonna learn. And it's not that my only contribution puts the lesson, but if a lot of people do the same thing, then these companies are not gonna see how this is affecting. If the game is good on its own measures, and regardless of the company, like I fucking hate Gearbox, but you know what? They did a good thing with Borderlands 3, and I bought Borderlands 3, and I love it. I'm actually considering paying for the annual pass because I'm enjoying it so much. You know why? Because they didn't do the microtransaction bullshit that they try to pull off on another thing. And if Bethesda delivers the same thing on Jedi Knight, then fuck yeah, I will tell them yes with my money. I will tell them yes. This is continue doing this. Don't do fucking Tony Hawk, or don't do fucking Anthem, or Ghost Recon Breakpoint, or Fallout 76. Give me Doom 2016 again.
Right. I was gonna say, I understand your boycott, Mad Dog, but in the same vein that Dream just said, if you want to speak with your wallet, then I mean,
there's nothing wrong with spending it.
let's say that Doom Eternal, it's again, as Dream said, God tier, right? Why would you not buy? I understand that you'd be giving money to Bethesda, but maybe if this is the only game that actually succeeds, maybe this.
Why deprive yourself? Why deprive yourself? This is the only game
what we want, and at some point they'll get the message, and even if they don't, you still get a good game for it.
Yeah. So the reason when I think about it, when I think of EA, to me, if this is a good game that comes out from Jedi Fallen Order, to me it'll always be a half measure. It's a half measure in the sense that, man, we really fucked up these last 2 years. What do we have to do to fix it? We're going to let this team handle the game because we obviously are gropey hands get in there and fuck it up. We're going to try to win some of this people back. And yeah, that's one game. No, fuck that. It's a half measure because it just needs this one good game for us to suddenly get right back into the ropes of coming around again, and that's the issue. The issue is they're riding the wave, and they're trying to get that wave back into the favor of us so we can start this whole thing over again. It's exactly the loop I had with freaking Bethesda. They came in, they made freaking Skyrim for PlayStation 3, they fucked it up, they can never fix it, and everyone who basically bought the game had a shitty version of the game, couldn't get it ever patched. And that was it. And they came back at some point. You know what, guys? We can't do it. I don't know what it is. It's fucked. I don't know. Something's up with it.
You know what's funny? I play that game and all of its not expansions, but the DLCs and everything, and I never had that many problems with it.
And also,
you're one of the lucky ones, my friend.
And also,
but that's my. Oh, I was gonna say that's my point. It's like, I get it. You want to put the money, and you know what? For a company that has its ups and downs, sure, I'll do that. That's not what these guys are doing, guys. These guys are unfortunately the opposite end of that. They are saying this is a half measure. This is just, we need to win the good graces back from these people. What do we need to do? Let's do that. And then when we're back in their good graces, then come right back around and just do whatever it is that we're going to do. And that's, no, I want nothing to do with that. There's way too many games out there. Way too many games.
That's
and
true.
You know what? I would rather go back. And I love I deep dive into these little indie titles. These guys who are working their asses off to deliver you an experience that you will enjoy, and only from the mainly from the just this is our vision. Here it is. Take it, whatever. I will gladly enjoy that before I even take a leap or assist in any way with these other games. And maybe I'm off a little bit. But frankly, I want nothing to do with them. I'm washing my hands of it.
Can't
Just
say that I
washing my
blame
hands
you though.
washing my hands of it.
Mhm.
And you know what? It's maybe it's an extreme. Yeah, I'll get that. I would rather get an Xbox One or an Xbox Scarlet to keep following Outer Worlds before I decide to get another game from Bethesda or maybe even get another game from EA. I would do that first. Period.
Fallout first.
Yeah,
Fallout
before I do anything else. And maybe it's extreme, but it's not like it's a one-time thing. It's not like they just fucked up this once. It's a constant fuck. It's not even a fuck up anymore. It's on purpose. Right? I mean, at this point, you got to say, all right, it's one thing you fuck up, right? You make a mistake, it is what it is. You move on, right? You make a few mistakes, sure. You get back on the horse. At this point, you got to go. No, you guys are clearly just doing this shit on purpose. It's not no longer a fuck up. You really just want to screw everybody. This is what it is. So, no, I'm done. So,
Well, if anything, this has demonstrated that no company it's out there safe.
no,
What
company, yeah.
do you say? No company is what's the word that I'm trying to look at though?
Without fault.
That at any point any company can fall from the graces.
From the graces.
Say for example,
Absolutely.
yes, you got CD Projekt Red. Let's say this game Cyberpunk comes out and they start fucking it up with stuff. With stuff. Hey, it could happen. You never know. Companies are
true.
at the end of the day
And
they're
they will
following
definitely
money.
hear about it.
You
They
know,
will definitely hear
it'll
about
be
it.
it'll be very very harsh to do a hard fuck you on that. But I get it. It's
Well, I mean, when you look at it that way, again, we're going back to, okay, they fucked up, right? They
Yeah.
delivered several awesome Witcher games. They come up with Cyberpunk 2077, and you know what? They fucked up.
Uh.
A one-time thing, I'm not going to say, but let's call these guys what they are. Bethesda and EA are not one-time offenders. These
Oh,
are
yeah, no.
consistent repeat offenders at this point.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, I don't even want to deal with it. I don't even want to be part of that circle
Hey,
that goes, man, I
You know
got
what they
screwed."
say? Consistency is important.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Both ways.
Yeah, both ways.
So guys, that is our rant on this absolute just the mess that is.
Disaster.
It's too unbelievable. Honestly, I
Yeah,
still
that's-
can't fathom that we live in a world where these are the decisions that our world is, dude, our fucking world. This is what companies are doing. Just the other day I was watching a video. I think even Chaos posted it about the scam
Oh,
that it
God.
is Call of Duty. Call of Duty
God.
Mobile.
Mobile.
So
yeah.
that's the state. That is the state of gaming. Right now.
Yeah,
That is the things that we have to.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You have greedy, from Activision, from Blizzard. You have from EA.
Ubisoft.
You have Ubisoft that's also greedy. You have Blizzard that's fucking communist at this point. You just look at them and go,
Got
what
my
is
free
wrong,
Hong Kong
guys?
profile pic up.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So, well, any final thoughts, guys, before we wrap this bad boy up?
Death to Fallout 76. Please let it die.
Somebody pull the plugs on the servers, please. You know what? I can see a celebration happening on that day.
Oh my God, for real.
Servers for Fallout 76 have been officially
Please, please tell me that if that happens that week, the intro, or at least at some point, there has to be some celebratory music,
Exactly.
some
I
kind
think-
of fanfare.
I think I mean I'm speechless. I think I'm done with it. With Bethesda for the time being. I think, like you said, not to if you are playing and enjoying Fallout 76, we're not
Oh, yeah.
here having it against you at all. You like what you like, and nobody
keep
can
it to
tell you shit
yourself.
otherwise. No, nobody can tell you otherwise. What we want is to inform you, like if you are a loyal Fallout 76 player, and you're looking at the fact that they promise you the loyal Fallout 76 player that you will get a get content for free, and now they're backpedaling on it. They expect you, the loyal Fallout 76 player, after spending $60 or $100 and something dollars or $200, whatever was the amount for the collector's edition, they expect you to fork another $100 for the year or $13 for the month or whatever the amount is to have the privilege, of continuing playing, especially when there's so many other games. Where we live in an age where you have the Netflix of games out there with services like Game Pass, for example, where you can play multiple games, including the Outer Worlds that came out that was released recently. Like I have to imagine that you're not taking this news lightly. And if you are, if it doesn't mean to you, man, I envy you, because that probably means that like you're swimming in money.
That or yeah.
Yeah, you live in a special
absolutely.
kind of bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that old phrase that ignorance is bliss. You know what I mean? So
Or you're probably Stockholm syndrome, which
Yeah.
in this case you better see someone about that.
yeah, agreed. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to an awesome real episode of 183 of Mouthful Podcast. As always, please go to goodgame.rocks. Join the conversation there.
Dot rocks.
Rocks. And also, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone. This is Mad Dog signing off for this week. Mr. Hilberto, a.k.a. Chaos.
Sir, guys, I'm sorry I was late today. I think next week I'm good. I'll be here from the beginning.
I don't apologize, sir. We understand.
That's no
Life
problem.
happens.
Yeah, life
And
is life, bro.
hopefully, like I told you guys off the air, I will finish Shawshank Redemption.
Yes.
'Cause I started
Do it.
watching it. I will finish it. I will give my thoughts on it.
Nice. Mr. David Santos, a.k.a. Dream Twister, take us home.
Somehow this week, Call of Duty Modern Warfare got released, and we didn't mention anything about it.
That's because all about the Outer Worlds, my friend.
That's true. I have some friends enjoying Modern Warfare though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right.
It's like, I'm all right, fam.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool, fam. I'll see you on the Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. By the way, remind me, guys, I need to share my character from the Outer Worlds that I have created, who I have deemed and called the Clown Princess of Crime. Yes.
Oh, listen, I gotta ask, how long did it take you?
2 hours.
Oh, no. About 50 minutes total.
Okay,
to
that's
create
not
the
too
character.
bad.
Not too bad, right? Yeah, not too
No,
bad.
not at all. I spent a solid 45 minutes before.
Oh, then don't worry. This one will
No,
have you for a
50.
while.
50, not 15. 50.
Oh, 15. 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, see,
Yeah.
that's
And
more
that
like
was the best you could do. Oh,
Wow.
I kid.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
See you.